Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Ready, Steady, Play.
Hi, guys.
Arafat Wasi says, when we starting? Right now.
Right now.
We're starting right now. This is the beginning of our Oros stream, where Michael and I are going to play Oros. Hey, Difter, welcome back as well. Glad to see you. Glad to see everyone here to see Oros, game of volcanoes and stuff. And yes, Michael is here. We found him.
Hi.
He was lost, but now he's found.
Damn it, he found me. And what does he do when he finds me? Makes me play a mean game.
A mean game, exactly. So I got to play this one actually at 4 players down at the Games Club. We tried it, but we didn't quite get it finished. So now I'm gonna do it again here at 2 players. We'll do a little bit of a review after we've played it, but just
because that's how we roll.
Arafat's like, I like mean games. Then you'll like this one. I'm not sure if how much of the meanness will come across, but we can certainly point out about how mean.
Absolutely.
But just before we crack on, let me get our little bits of admin going. The first off is that this is played on a Mycroft Game Topper, which was kindly given to us by Game Toppers for the show. So big thanks to them for that. If you like what you see, you can find a link in the description below. Difter says, I haven't put it in there. I definitely thought I'd put it in there. But, anywho, Mycroft Game Topper. That's also why we have it here on the chatting screen. If you were wondering, there it is, Game Toppers, right there. We're playing a Game Topper. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that this version of the game is, in fact, sort of a deluxeified version of the retail edition, but it is the deluxe edition, really. And I think the only difference with this version and the deluxe Kickstarter edition is the game trays. We don't have the game trays, and that's because I think this was an early printing of the deluxe edition, which was kindly given to us by Lucky Duck Games. So this is a review copy of the game from Lucky Duck that they gave to us with all the fancy deluxe components, but not the game trays. So that's what we're playing on today. And as I said, we'll be doing a little bit of a review at the end, but first we're going to be playing a 2-player game, which means we've also got an automa here on the board.
I will not be able to remember how to pronounce that. I've already struggled all afternoon. Automa?
I'm going to say it differently every single time to keep Michael on his toes. Right. Alessandro, glad to see you in chat, buddy. Glad you could join us for this, our impromptu Oros stream. And it's basically, the reason we're playing it right now is because it's come out to retail, I think, very recently. Over the last few weeks, it came out to retail. And so we just wanted to sort of give you guys a rundown, show you how it's played, do a bit of a review, and see if this is something you might be interested in getting a copy of.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
And, it makes sense. We have it. It's here. This is what it looks like. Oros.
The box.
Yeah, ostensibly a game in which you are a god guiding a tribe of people to knowledge and wisdom and prosperity that comes with that by terraforming the land, moving land tiles around to create these sacred shrines. But it's really kind of an abstract sort of spatial puzzle game that has opportunities to be very mean to each other.
Which we have kind of half worked out, haven't we?
Do we have giant creature too? Difter, I can only assume you're talking about Bonbon. She's not here. She's not here at the moment.
She's locked outside.
Yeah. So no Bonbon at the moment, which is probably for the best, because if I go ahead and activate this camera, hopefully we'll get a little bit of a... There we go. So you can see here, there's lots of tiles with little tokens on them, and they're all going to be moving around. And yeah, well, the last thing we need is a little cat coming in here and having a little mess around on those.
It's like, I'll build a mountain.
Yeah, I'll show you volcano. So, I'll give you guys a quick overview, and then we'll sort of try to keep up with the actions as we go. If you're having any trouble following it, please feel free to ask questions in chat. And if you know how to play the game and you see us doing something wrong, then feel free to point it out. That's always helpful as well. But effectively, what the game is, it's a action selection game in which we are going to be... I mean, as I said before, we are gods. We've got these...
Well, thank you for acknowledging, Frank.
Yeah, and also in the game. We're gods. I'm the demigod of great waters, and Michael over here is the demigod of fertile land. And we are these gods, and we have tribes of little helpers here that are going to be... We're going to guide to prosperity. So prosperity manifests as wisdom, which lets you upgrade these tracks here, and ultimately results in knowledge points, which are how you're going to win the game by accumulating the most knowledge points by the end of it. There is over here the Ascension track, which we have these big god pieces on actually, but they were a little bit too big to see, and that's the one thing I didn't make a close up on. Oh, but good, this works.
It's like we planned it.
It's like I planned it. I didn't plan anything. So this is the Ascension track. We're playing with the smaller Ascension track, but you can flip it over for a longer one if you want a longer game. And there are these huge big pieces that come with the deluxe version. In the retail version, they're standees, but you've also got these tokens here that are alternates. And these are also knowledge points, but during the game you're going to get ascendancy points, which will put you up this track. And the first person to get to the end triggers the end of the game. You complete the current round, and then the game is over. Most knowledge points wins. So we're going to get knowledge points in two main ways. We are going to get knowledge points by upgrading the wisdom tracks over here that correspond to these sacred shrines that we're going to be building on the board. And if we manage to get these up to the top, we'll get the points for those. And the actual Ascension track itself is also points at the end of the game. So if you make it to the end, that's 15 points. There's also some points up here that you could get if you advance these tracks, but these ones are the big bucks, and these are sort of nice to haves. And then you've got over here as well points hiding under these little followers who are set in the side of your board, and these are going to give you points at the end of the game for every follower you have who's studying the ways of your god. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move on. But on a turn, you're going to get 3 actions, and your actions are all down here. And you get to do... so we've got these little tokens here. There's many uses for these tokens. I won't explain them all now. We're just going to use them as little action trackers, flipping them over as we use our actions. And what you do on your turn is you move one follower from one white space to a different white space to do the action that they land on. And as you get more followers blocking up spaces, there's a little puzzle here as you try to free up the spaces you want by moving them around. Because you could theoretically move the same guy 3 times and just jump back and forth as well to do the same action twice in a single round. And the 3 actions allow you to do... the 6 actions allow you to do... different things. The first 3 actions are all about manipulating the state of the board, which is to say this board here, which is this big pool of water. And what is going on here is this is the globe. This is Earth. It's completely round. It's not flat. It's round, as we all know.
Yes.
So what this means is that this edge of the board is connected to that edge of the board, and this edge of the board is connected to that edge of the board, and this edge of this row is connected to this edge of this row, and so forth. On the Earth are different kinds of tiles. You've got these big land tiles, which are 4, and they extend to each edge of the tile, and there are many lands. And then you have these little 1 tiles here, which are islands that are inaccessible because they're surrounded by water. And then across these tiles, you might have these little volcanoes, which are numbered 1 through 4 as well. And we're going to use our godly powers to shift the tiles around and to blow up the volcanoes in order to create land. Because ultimately what we want to do is make the 2 4 tiles happy and smash them together so that they have a baby mountain.
Bam,
which
bam.
looks like this. Bam, bam, baby mountain. And we're going to be able to build onto the baby mountain our sacred sites. So the first sacred site is this L-shaped one here that'll go out, and that's...
called the monolith, isn't
that's
it?
called the monolith, and you can only build 1 sacred site per mountain, but... other people can build on your sacred site by building upwards, so you might get another player building the shrine. That's the 2nd level of the sacred site. And the final player will come in and build the temple, which is the ultimate pinnacle of the sacred site. So by building these sacred sites, we're going to get wisdom points to upgrade our tracks. And we're also going to get ascendancy points to advance on the ascendancy board. Good. So we want to smash land together to make mountains to build sacred shrines. That's our goal. But this is very difficult to do, and everyone's trying to do it before you. And they're waiting for you to smash 2 things together and make a mountain so they can just nip in there and steal it from you. Isn't that fun?
I see your mountain and I'm going to steal it.
Exactly. I see that land that you've created. So
I will take this mountain.
Brief summary, we've got our first 3 actions. Oh, I've messed it all up.
But I'm happy because you put Stonehenge and a llama in, so that's good.
Yeah,
I approve.
Stonehenge. So I have to show this camera because the green screen will not see anything on this tile. So there we go. There's Stonehenge, and here's llama.
And a happy llama.
And a happy llama. Well, the thing is, Stifter, I picked this game to play with Michael because Michael's very good at spatial puzzles. He's not very good at mean. Well, he doesn't like mean games. He's actually just fine at them. It's
Look at how tragic.
He's he feels bad while he stabs you in the back.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, but I can't stop stabbing because I'm competitive.
It's such an inner. It's an inner turmoil.
It's an inner turmoil.
But the struggle is real.
It's struggle, but that's how the game is meant to be played. So, what we've got here are these 3 actions here on our player board. We've got shift, move, and erupt. So these are the first 3 actions that you can do that basically allow you to manipulate these tiles. And when you shift an entire row, which is a vertical or horizontal row, 1 space. So it might look like this. You might shift all of these along 1, and you'll have noticed that this guy has fallen off the edge here, but the world is round, so it just comes around here. Okay? So that's shift. You shift the entire row 1 step, and actually we've revealed a hotspot. These are special spots where there are geysers, and when you reveal a hotspot, a new island pops into existence as well. Mm-hmm. If after your shift action is resolved, the hotspot's revealed, a new island pops into existence.
We'll pretend that's Iceland.
So the way to sort of think about this game really is to try to remember thematically, because there's quite a lot of sort of particular little rules that make up the complexity of the spatial puzzle, and it's really helpful to think about it in terms of actual thematic terms here. So the island, which is the smallest sort of possible land, pops into existence on the geysers if there's been a tectonic shift, right? You smash the big land together to create the mountain because you need the most land to make a big mountain that comes up out of the earth, so we can build our sacred sites on it. And so the shift is move a whole row. Then you've got the move action, and what we can actually see here as well, is and this might be a bit hard for you guys to see here, but this actually says 1. And so the shift action is a 1. As you upgrade this, you'll unlock better and better versions of these abilities. But really, for this, it's just about how far you move it. So this lets you shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and you can always do a lesser version of it, so you can still just choose to do 1. But you can shift up to 3. This allows you to move mountains. So you can't, at the start of the game, move mountains at all, but this allows you to shift them, which could be very powerful. And then up here, it's just points, extra points. And there's also an ascendancy bonus. So if you get all the way to the top and you take this action, you get to advance up the ascendancy track 1 step, which is helpful. So that's shift. And then you've got move. And the very basic version of the move action allows you to select 3 tiles that are orthogonally adjacent and move them 1 step in any orthogonal direction. So for those of you that are new to board gaming, orthogonally means not diagonal.
I need that every single time.
So the board here actually cannot currently use this action because there are no 3 tiles touching. There are 2 tiles touching. These 2 are touching. These 2 are touching. Right? You get it? These 2 are touching, but there's not 3 next to each other.
These 2 are touching.
Yes, it's true.
The 2 twos that I was going to try touching, but I can't get that in a 2 rhyme.
Right. Thank you for...
You're welcome. You're welcome. I totally disrupted that flow for something that totally was irrelevant. You don't get this with Chris or anyone else, do you?
We got the 2 twos are touching on the tile... Tej. Right, I did it. It's flawless. Nobody call me out on that. So,
that's why I don't get invited back often.
So currently you can't use move. So what you're going to have to do is start shifting things, because obviously if we shift this row across here, this guy's going to be here, and now there's going to be 3 touching, and you could potentially move that, slam it into something else, because the main sort of purpose of the move action is that if you take 3 tiles, let's pretend this looks like this, right? If you take 3 tiles and move them, if you were to move it over here, nothing's going to happen. But if these guys were there and you moved it over here, these 2 would collide and these 2 would collide, causing this tectonic mesh. And what we would get is we would get the land turning into a bigger land. So the 2 and the 1 would collide here and become a 3. Additionally, they've got a level 2 volcano on, so that would just stay there. So we'd have a 3 here with a volcano on it in the end. And the idea is to get it so that you have 2 4s next to each other, and then they overlap to create the mountain, right? That's the sort of goal of this whole process. But you can only do that by overlapping 2 4s. So, for example, if we have the 2 and the 3 here, and they overlap, they're going to make a 4, but there's an excess amount, right? Because the 5, it's 5. So that excess amount would create a volcano equal to that amount. So the 2 volcano would get added on, and then would add a 1 volcano as well. Or would we add a 3? No, we'd add a 3.
Yeah, I think it turns into a 3 volcano.
Yeah, so I think that would turn into a 3 volcano there. So the volcano we'll talk more about in a minute, but that's that process, right? We want to collide the land, meshing them together to create all these benefits. Mm-hmm. And I've completely screwed up the board deployment.
I know, I made this nice.
I know, I can't remember how it was.
Well, this definitely sits here. That's a fault.
I'm just going to give you this, and you just quietly fix it while I explain the rules.
Oh, I'm good at sorting and typing.
So, the third action, and so you start off having to move this set of 3 tiles, right? But as you improve this action, you've got so you only need 2 tiles to be adjacent to move them, and then the third step actually lets you move 1 tile, and now you can also move it diagonally. So that's awesome. And then when you get up here, you can actually make mountains out of 3s instead of 4s. So very powerful as well. This again reminds you that you can't move mountains. So you can't shift mountains and you can't move mountains. You can shift mountains if you have this power, but you can never move mountains. There's no way to do that. And so this lets you move them in any direction. Anyway, so that's what you're trying to do. Trying to get this improved so you can collide them together and make mountains. And then this one here is erupt and form volcanoes. So this is how we're going to make use of those volcanoes on the board. Yep, you crack on. And so we've got these volcanoes, and what the volcanoes basically are, think of them like sort of like little zits of land just sitting there on the earth waiting to be popped.
Lovely.
And so when you erupt a volcano, it spews out land orthogonally adjacent to it. So let's say that we erupted this 2 volcano here. It would the lava. So again, here's where we think about the theme to help us remember the nuances of these rules. Yeah. So the lava will flow over the edge of the volcano, and it will actually just turn this tile into a 3, and that would be the end of that. Because the volcano's a 2.
Yeah.
Now, if the volcano was Michael speaking here for chat. Yep, we get it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm like, sure.
So let's say this volcano was a 4. If it were to erupt, then the tile would become a 4 and would have 1 left over, which would spill off into an adjacent orthogonal space. So you'd take one of the 1s, which is not an island, which looks like this, and you'd place it so that the land matches. So here we can see that the lava's just flown down here, and now it's down here. If you had, let's say, 2 excess, because this volcano could erupt, and it can't add to the 4, the only way to make a mountain is to collide 2 4s together using the move action. That's it. Volcanoes erupting can never make a mountain. So this 2 would spill over from the 4, and we could put it out here, we could put it out here, we could put it out here, we could put it out here. If it were to flow down here, this would become a 3. If we were to put it, we could split it as well. So we could put, say, 1 over here, so this becomes a 2. And then we could put 1 above the 4 as well. So we split it so that 1 comes out either side like that. The main thing about the splitting of the lava flow is that you must split it along an orthogonal line. So we couldn't split it like this, right? Because that's a curve and that's not allowed. Okay? So the volcano explodes in an orthogonal line, either this way or this way, and it can all be on one side or split across the 2 sides. Additionally, if there are 4s next to each other, you could have the lava flow over this 4 and into the water down here. And so that's how the volcanoes work. I've ruined all of your work. successfully sabotaged.
You've done a great job there.
Yes, I've sabotaged everyone. Sorry, I will leave you with that. I think I might be done messing up the board now, so...
That's fine.
But you're ready to crack on and reset. So...
I'm very good at tidying up after you.
The very first tier of volcanoes exploding is erupt a volcano or place a new level 3 volcano on the board. The volcanoes, of course, will also come out as a result of land colliding. At level 2, you can explode 2 volcanoes, and when you explode a volcano, you can explode a volcano anywhere on the board. Like, just pick a volcano, it explodes, pick where the lava goes. Then it's explode 3 volcanoes, and then you get the special magic volcano power, which allows you to send the lava around corners. So you can break that rule about how it has to be straight. And then it's just points. And so then we have this study mechanism. And the study mechanism is pretty simple. When you land a guy on the study action, you can take one of your workers, and they'll all be out here. We're going to do a special part of setup where the remaining workers come onto our boards. And you can send them either up here to study at the foot of your god, so you've got 2 study spaces up here. Or if you've built any of your sacred sites, they'll be onto the main game board there, and you can send someone to study on one of those sites as well, if there's an available space. They can only be 1 per tile. And so if they go to study there, that's great. And so every time you land here, you can send someone out to study, and you take them from down here. And then you can choose instead to return them. So when you come down here, the opening is return 2, but you can actually get up here and return 3 at some stage as well if you upgrade it. And when you return them, they have to go onto available spots down here. And then you get an amount of wisdom equal to the number you pulled back. So we pull back 2, we get 2 wisdom. So we can upgrade 2 tracks, either 1 step on 2 or 2 steps on 1. And so that's how study works. Study is how we're going to progress this wisdom. It's also later how we're going to get additional followers onto the board. More on that when we talk about build in just a second. Actually, we need to talk about journey now anyway. So as part of the setup of the game, we're going to... The very first action we're going to take in the game, which is a unique first round action, is to put this guy onto the board. And this is the only time you'll put a guy onto a tile on the board in this way, right at the start of the game. And he has to go onto an island. So there's 4 islands on the game board for the setup we've picked. So I might put him out here on this island here. And the reason he's important, or they're important, I don't know. I've got lots of followers. They're very diverse. So the reason they're important is because we need them to build. We can only build sacred sites if we have a follower on a mountain. And if there's a follower on a mountain, they can build a sacred site. And that's what this action is. You go in here and you build a sacred site. So they're going to be journeying around the board, and that's what the journey action here is. This is journey around the board. The very first action is 1 step. So you just cross 1 tile border. It's a real bummer. It's very slow. You probably want to upgrade that at some stage. But the other thing to note about this system is that you can't cross water. So we start on an island, so we can't even get off the island. So the very first thing we're going to have to do is move this island around and collide it with some stuff so that we can create some land for him to walk over, for them to walk over. And once they get to walk over the land and get onto, say, a mountain where they can then build a sacred site.
Unless you could walk on water. Which
Yes.
you can.
Well, so this is of course where the track comes back in again. We can upgrade this track. The first one is 1 step. The second upgrade is 2 steps, which can be divided amongst followers if you have more than 1 on the board. More of that in a minute. And I didn't actually talk about the study upgrade track. We'll come back to that because that's a bit special. But the next one is 3 steps. Then you can walk on water. You've made boats. The other rule is that you can't actually stop on a space with another person's worker. You can move through it so long as you don't stop on it. You can't exist on water, so you could there we go. You could move through it if you had 3 steps, but you're not allowed to stop on it unless you have this power here, and then you can. And the final power is you can do 5 steps. So this is the only upgrade track where there's actually a full complement of 6 possible upgrades. All the rest of these are points at the last 2 stages. So I said I was done messing with this, and then I started messing with it again. I promised you, Michael, and I lied.
You fibbed.
I did a big fib. So that is how the moving works. And like I said, if you have 3 steps or 2 steps, or if you have multiple steps, you can divide them up among followers on the board. And so what our ultimate goal is to get our follower onto the mountain here, and then we can build a sacred site. So the very first sacred site that's going to go onto the mountain is always the monolith. And if you've built all your monoliths, then you can't build anymore. Blah, 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 blah. There's three of each. And so when you build a sacred site, you just get to jump onto it and sit on it, and now you're studying. Remember I said that there were study spots on all the sacred sites in addition to the 2 study spots on your board. So once you've built the monument and the sacred site, and your little guy here, he's just going to be on the mountain, and he's going to build the sacred site. All he has to be doing is standing on the mountain, and then he's going to jump in here. And then if Michael wants to come along later, he's going to have a worker here. So let's say he's journeyed onto this tile. He can build his sacred site here. And then he can go into his study spot right here. And this has sort of 2 effects here. One is that we are now in study spots. We're also going to get points. Whenever you build a sacred site, you get some wisdom, so you can upgrade some tracks. And you're also going to get to ascend on the board here. 2 steps. Every time you build a sacred site, 2 steps up here. This is one of only 2 ways to actually get up this board. One is build a sacred site, get 2 steps. And the other is when you get to the very tops of these 4, you unlock Ascendancy 1. And every time you take this action, the associated action, you can ascend 1. But that's quite difficult to do. It's not that difficult. There's definitely a strategy in this. More on that in a minute. But that's the fundamentals of build. Mm-hmm. The things to think about for build are that, of course, you get eventually maybe you build a temple up here, and now we've got all 3 spots. Remember, the only way to see a fully built sacred site is for 3 players to construct it, because each player can only have 1 sacred site per mountain. And now this is how we're going to get more guys onto the board. Okay, so we start with this 1 guy on the board, and maybe now that he's built this sacred site, he's going to get up and walk away and walk off somewhere else to build a sacred site. If we want to get another guy on the board, we actually use the study action to send them to study at the now vacant sacred site. And at any time, he can do a journey and walk away. And now we've got 2 guys running around the board, potentially building sacred sites. So that is how we're going to get more guys on the board. We are limited. At the beginning of the game, you can only have 1 guy on the board. It says so right here, 1 person on the board. But you can also, over here, it says you can have 3 guys on the board. So if you upgrade your study action, you can now have 3 guys on the board. If you upgrade it again, you have this one, which is infinite guys on the board. All of them, as many as possible. And then up here, this lets you recall 3 guys instead of 2 from study actions when you do the return from study function here. Mm-hmm. So you can just make that a little bit more efficient, and that's the upgrades on the study track. I did say we'd cover them, and we did. Now, here's the thing. Building the temple is good, because when you build the temple, you get 3 wisdom, which is the most wisdom you can get. You get wisdom based on the tier of the sacred site. So when you build the monolith, you get 1 wisdom. When you build the shrine, you get 2. And when you build the temple, you get 3. However, there are some catches. Number 1, if anyone is studying at the sacred site when you build the next level, they also get a wisdom. So in this example, when the yellow player builds the temple, Michael gets a wisdom because he's studying at the shrine. I miss out because I've left and I've got no one there. The other thing is, when you move these guys, they have to move down the steps back to the mountain because it's a big long way. So if yellow doesn't have to move, they're stuck there until Michael decides to move his guy, because they can only move 1 into here, and that's already occupied. They can't share space. But if they were to get 3 movement, they'd go 1, 2, 3, and now they're on the mountain, and they can progress with their adventures.
I suppose they can share it with me if they unlock that ability on the board.
As I said, there's the rule-breaking function here that allows you to share space as well, which would be another way. But, I mean, if they had that, they've already got move 3 anyway.
That's true.
So, anyway. But yeah, that's they could coexist then with you peacefully as well. So they can make it down the mountain there. The other thing you can actually do as well is move onto other people's sacred sites, and that just blocks them from coming to study there. So if you block them from that, they can't get more guys out on the board. It's kind of a pain. So that's one of the ways in which you can be mean in this game. And so that's how the sacred sites and the build action works. I think that's pretty much everything, actually. If you have any questions... Oh, yes, the one last thing I was going to mention are the 3 locked followers. So these guys, when they come out, they unlock this endgame scoring for studying guys. And that's going to be followers here in this spot or on sacred sites on the board. And you're going to get points for that based on how many of these you unlock. And the way to unlock these is by getting all of your wisdom upgrades to the level matching the arrow. So everything up 1 step, get another guy. Everything up 2 steps, get another guy. So hopefully you have time for that and people don't end the game before you have a chance to do that. Here's the thing. The game is at 2 players requires you to use an automa, because it really needs at least 3 players, real players, if you want to play with just real people. If you're playing the 1-player version, you just play with 2 automas, because you need at least 3 players to play, or else you can't even build all the sacred sites. So we're playing with the automa of the living sun. Each of these player boards has a different automa on the back that escalate in difficulty. Michael and I like to be green and blue, which happen to be the 2 easiest automas. So we actually have...
There was an error.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're actually playing with the level 3 of 4 automa, the living sun. It's probably just going to smash us. The automa is very easy to do, and it just abstracts a lot of the kind of actions you're going to be playing away. I was really impressed with the automa here. So, but yeah, this automa is probably just going to end the game and win before Michael and I really get very far into it. Let's find out and see what happens.
You will want this, won't you, too?
Oh, maybe. I think I'm pretty good on the automa actions, but we'll leave it up here, and I might need to use it. So what I'm doing now is shuffling the automa's behavior deck to seed it for the start of the game, and then we'll just crack on. I think we're ready to start.
Okay.
And yeah, if you have any questions, please do let me know.
The funky little first player token. Do you want to share? Show people?
That's going to go to the first player.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. So there are 2 sort of mini expansions that come in the deluxe set. I don't know if they're available in the retail or if you have to pick them up later. Green Screen's going to struggle with this. There's the Jade Panther, which is the first player marker. There's also an Angry Jade Panther, which is a little expansion mode that we're not playing with because I forgot the rules for it. And then there's also the Grande Mountain. So once again, Green Screen, just get out of here. So there's also the Grande Mountain, which is this guy here. So everyone has a mountain with their god symbol on it and a nice piece of art. And there's a little expansion you can play where you put these out. It's really very simple, but we're not using it. So this is finished shuffling.
Cool.
I guess I would say as well that I said that there was a longer version of this for a longer game on the back. There's also a bigger mat on the back of this if you want to play with the bigger board. All the bigger board is recommended only for 3 and 4 players, but of course you could play... I mean, you're playing with at least 3 anyway. Because you've got an automa. So you can probably play on the bigger version of the board even on solo mode if you wanted to. But it's just kind of more longer game. And you can use that if you want to. So you can flip that over to do that. There's also the advanced game variants they called, but really these are just different setups. So in the setup instructions, it tells you exactly how to lay up the world. There's a sort of starter for the small map and the big map, and we've actually set up this one here called the subduction pattern, which is the second advanced map, which we're using because it says quick mountain making, and we don't want this guy to end the game before we at least get a sacred site out. We're hoping with quick mountain making that might give us a little bit of impetus to keep up with the automa here.
To crack on.
Exactly. And now we will determine a first player in the fashion suggested by the rulebook, which is shake up the 3 meeples and then drop 1. It's Michael!
Oh, man.
Michael's first player. You love it. It's your favorite.
Too much pressure. Right. Shall I go?
Yep. Bear with me. I'm just fixing my cameras. There we go. Yep. Off you crack.
Oh, my word. Right. Okay. Time to go.
So I will be explaining just how sort of mean this game could be as we go along as well. Just to point it out, because it's quite surprising. It looks cute. It also looks simple, but it's as you will have just gathered from that rules dump, it's not that simple.
It's not.
I think they rated it about 3.4 on BGG, and actually, the upfront rules is quite high.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you sort of start playing it, it sort of comes together in a way that's more straightforward.
Okay.
But then you start doing things and you start making mistakes, and you're like, oh dear. That's not that straightforward.
So my first turn is I've got to go on an island, right?
Yep. So the very first action you have to take in the first round of the game is put a dude onto an island, or put a follower, put them onto the island.
Yeah. And what I also then will do is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this row. And I'm going to shift it
east.
Thank you. Our east. Their west? No,
Yeah.
They're looking at the same thing we are. Yes, east.
Yeah, they are looking at the same thing there, so that's good. Yep, so we're going to just move that off the edge of the world as we move these along.
Oh no, this is bad. I don't know if I want to do that. This is definitely helping you out there.
Well, I'm not even on the board yet, Michael. I'll just go in the best spot. Remember what I said. We can't go back. So we can't be moving around tiles for this whole stream. So Michael's done doing that. Now, do you want a active island or a not active island?
Ooh.
So there's a little choice here as well where
I'm always about the active.
So you can choose. There's a variant where you can choose to. You can allow players to choose to put out a active island or not active island, as long as there's an active island available. And this is just. It works with the rule I didn't mention, so I'll do that right now. But this active island is what's called a hotspot. So there's the 4 hotspots, which are the geysers, which I already mentioned, that become islands, like we're doing right now. Because Michael's left this uncovered, it now becomes an island. But Michael's created an island that's also a hotspot. But it can't become an island if it's empty, right? But that's because the hotspots have a secondary function. When someone lands here or here, only the first time anyone makes it to the 5 or 10 position, the red spots, then every hotspot on the board will generate a level 2 volcano. So any tile on these red positions gets a level 2 volcano, and also any of these red islands here, if they remain on the board, will get a level 2 volcano. Mm-hmm. So it's a very minor sort of thing, but it said it was an optional rule, and we decided to include that one for some reason.
And then my final turn, I'll move. So what I'll do is, I've got to move 3, right? So I'll move these 3.
Move 3 land tiles, yep.
Yeah. And I take it... Can I go up? So is it these 2 that collide?
Yes, correct.
And where does it go? Does it go here or does it go here?
It will be here. Because the 3 needs to move into that position.
Don't know that.
We can't be mean yet, Alessandro, because we're not on the board.
I tell you what, I'm going to move these 3, but I'm going to move them all here. There we go.
Cool.
I think I've really helped you out there, but...
yeah, that actually looks great. I'm super psyched.
You're welcome.
Thanks, bud. Okay, so I'm gonna pop into existence. Here. And then I will take 2 more actions. I will
I think he's gonna smash.
smash. I want to smash. I will. Well, it did say quick mountains, didn't it?
It did say quick mountains.
Yes. So that's what we want, isn't it? I'm trying to think if I can get onto a mountain, because what you kind of want to do, right? This is where the game is kind of mean, right? Because effectively what you kind of want to do is like make a mountain and then also be stood on it, because if you make a mountain and then it's like you're not stood on it, people can move you away from it possibly. Or they could just, they can get in there and build a shrine first, but that's not like the end of the world, because the shrines don't have a cost and you still get the wisdom and things if you build on top of them anyway. You know, and like I said, there's sort of pros and cons to building the shrines and the temples over the monoliths. Sorry, I meant sacred site there. They could build a sacred site before you get a chance to, but that's not the end of the world. What's really annoying is when you get a mountain right next to you and you're not on it, and then they just shift you like halfway across the world. You know, that's the worst. Or you get a 4 in a nice spot, and then the 4 is suddenly gone, and you're like, why? Why did this happen to me? So
You got 2 goes, haven't you? Still?
I've got 2 actions, yeah, because the first action was put that guy out onto that island.
Ooh, I think I know what I'd do.
Oh, do you?
Yes. Bam, bam.
Actually, do you know what I think I'm going to do? Because what I don't want to do is what happened last time, where I like had a plan and then I just got sent miles away. What I'll do, I think, is I'll send this guy here to send to journey or study, and I'll send this guy over here to study, and then my last guy will go here, and I'll just journey 1 spot, and I'll just journey 1 spot down here onto this 4. So now I'm on a 4, and that just feels good.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Yeah.
When I was like, I know. Not quite at all. There was one bit in the middle. The last move was exactly the same that I was going to do.
Well, I had to get this, because this journey spot starts blocked, right? So I had to...
Yeah.
And when you send someone to journey, they have to come... Sorry, when you send someone to study, they have to come from these white spaces. So I couldn't go in there. That's how it has to be done, basically. Yeah. So, but by moving that guy out, I freed up this spot to let me do a little journey there.
Cool.
So that's that. So let's find out what Automa's going to do to make us upset. So the Automa's very abstracted. What they're probably going to do is try to build something. They're going to be unable to, probably because there's no mountains. They may create a mountain. They're going to do some random shifting of stuff, and then they might get some ascendancy points. Okay, so... Oh, sorry, I turned off the green screen. So here's the Automa's card. So they're actually going to check... okay, so I haven't seen this before. They're going to check sectors D, C, and B, and they're going to try to build a sacred shrine and put a guy on it. That's what the arrow plus guy is. He's
moving me into the middle of nothing as well.
Yeah, he's sending you flying off across the board for some reason. But actually, I don't think he can do either of those actions, because he can't return anyone from study, because he doesn't have anyone studying here or on the main game board. So let me check and see what he's going to do about that first possible action. There might have been some stuff down here as well, but it's not there right now. So let's go through this.
Does that mean he can do it in C, D, C, or B, or he does it in all 3?
Yeah, no, I think he'll check. I haven't seen this symbol before, so I'm just going to check it real quick. But
so he'll try in D first.
Yeah, I think he'll try to do it in D, and then try and do it in B, and then try and do it in C if he can't. And then he's probably not going to be able to do much of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is build a sacred site, right? And he can't do that because there's no mountains.
Yeah.
So I think actually he might skip most of this top part this round, just because there's not much for him to do. So that's kind of a lucky pull for us, really.
Yeah. And he doesn't move by the looks of it either up the track. So this is a really good first card.
This is a really good first card because he can't carry out most of it. I'm just double checking this. Yeah, so he's going to try to do all possible parts of this combination. So build a sacred site with a guy on it in D, C, and B. He can't do that, so he's not going to do that. Oh, hey guys, thanks for stopping by to say hi, and I hope you're having a nice time out with your friends. Tell them happy birthday from Ready Steady Play.
Is it Haggard's birthday?
His friend's birthday. He's out with his friends.
Okay.
But thanks for stopping by, and of course the stream will be here if you want to come out and find out about Oros later. So they're actually skipping the automa's skipping the whole first part of their card. And they're actually, what they're doing is they're just shifting Michael 2 steps to the east.
Damn it.
For some reason. So this one's going to go 1, 2 around, and then these 2 are going to go 1, 2 like this.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's a bit it's very random.
Yeah.
Because, that's what the automa wants. So that's their want. Right. I'm just moving this guy around a bit so I can see a bit better here.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, Michael's sort of saying, yeah, you're next to the 4 now. That's good. Well, you were next to 4.
There's an extra 4 anyway.
You're also stuck on an island.
I am stuck on an island. But what I think... So my 3 moves I'm going to do are... I'm actually going to erupt that volcano, I think.
Yeah, the one on your island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great news, everyone. Our followers are impervious to lava, so you can just blow up a volcano. And
Oh my God,
nothing
goddammit.
bad happens, yeah. I protect this one.
Yeah.
You are safe. But those Pompeians, I hate them. They can all die.
So I'm going to just stick this, turn it into a 3.
Yep. I mean, that's what has to happen.
No, can I shove that? Can I turn that into a 2 or turn?
Nope. That's only if the tile you're on is a 4. Or a mountain.
Oh, right.
The lava doesn't overflow if it can add to its current tile.
Fine.
So that becomes a 3, and you can orient it in any manner that you want, because obviously it's got edges now.
Yeah. So, yes, I've got fields and a beach. Nice.
Fantastic.
I'm
psyched for you.
Thanks. Ooh, goodness me. I am going to send a person to study.
Studying is good. Studying gets us wisdom. Wisdom gets us knowledge. Knowledge gets us points.
Absolutely. And then the third thing.
So you just sent them up there to your little god.
To my little study area. And then I think. So volcano was one. Study was the next. So the third one is. I don't really want to move.
Yeah, pro tip in this game. Don't just pick people up while you're thinking about things, because it gets real confusing. You have to leave them there, because you can't put them back there, right? They've got to move off and then come back.
Yeah. And because the move, it has to be 3 connecting tiles. So, for example, this can't move and this can't move, or anything like that.
Yeah, he's currently there's only 3 sets of tiles that you can be moved.
Yeah.
Actually, many more sets if you look closely, but don't.
Yeah.
Just do something useless. It can be my turn.
I don't want to, because I thought, I'll push this way and that create a 4, but then I'm pushing a 4 right next to you, and I'm like, that's rubbish.
No, it's great. Look, why can't you just be nice to me? You want to be nice to me, Michael? Why do you hate me? You're so mean to me.
But what I might do is I might still shift. I might still move.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. Okay, so you're gonna take an action by taking a guy from study to move. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, because move is move the tiles, and journey is move the followers. Yeah.
So these 3.
Yep.
Are moving here.
So these 3 are going to move that way.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to get these 3 coming off this edge here.
Yep.
Which means we're going to get a 4 here with a level 1 volcano on it.
Yep. See, I'm creating all the 4s here.
Yeah, look at you go. And we're going to have... do you want... we're going to have a 2 here. Can I have a 2?
Yep.
And do you want to change the orientation of any of those tiles I just put out?
Yes, I want to connect that land.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very good. And so the last thing is we need an island here. Do you want a hot island?
I want a hot one.
Great. Cool. I'll give that to you. And that is... Was that your third?
That's my third turn.
Great. All right. So
I've had 2 turns and I've done nothing.
Well, I think
just created carnage.
I think I'm gonna make. I think I'm gonna make a volcano. So hopefully I can do that. So yeah. I'm gonna take. I mean, I'll take this guy. It doesn't really matter. Over to move. So that's action number 1. And when I'm moving, I'm going to move these 3. Just smack them into here. So this 3 just goes into the 4 and becomes a level 3 volcano. And it goes away. The 2 goes into the 1 here, and these become a 3. Just give you that.
You want a 3?
Yeah. And this one just slides over like that. Can I also have a hot volcano?
1 hot volcano, sir.
Fantastic. There we go. Oh, I like that one. It's a nice mountainy tile. So there we go. I just smashed a bunch of land into a bunch of land and made some more business.
Do we need some volcanoes on these?
Nope, not until someone gets to 5 on the ascendancy track.
Ah, yes, of course.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here to erupt or form volcanoes. And I'm going to erupt this volcano here, which turns this into a 4. And overflows 1. Because it's a 3 and a 2. So can I have a 4, please?
Yeah.
And now I need to put a 1 out. And I think I'll put the 1 here. Yeah, sure. I want one big landmass, Michael. I want us all to be buddies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start building over towards you. And then for my final action, I'm going to jump back over to move and smash. Oh, I can't do it. Yes, I can. I can do it. Oh, I'm going to maybe shaft you. I don't know. I think I'm going to help you, actually. So the move I'll do is these 3 down.
Yeah.
So these 2 will smash and become mountain.
Yep. Makes sense.
And what's fun about this, Michael, is you might not know this because you don't live on the internet like I do, but Smash... No, there's still a volcano there.
Oh, sorry.
Smash is internet speak for sex.
Not that archaic. I knew Smash.
You knew Smash. All right, this that's going to stay as a 4, but it's going to get a little too...
I've heard of a derogatory. It's like, isn't there the saying, smash your back doors in?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. We're going to smash your back doors in.
Uh-oh. Then there we go. Lucky Duck now deeply regret that I said anything. Okay, cool. So that's that. I've managed to make a mountain. I'm pleased with myself. I hope that the Automa now doesn't just build on it. Please don't build on it, Mr. Automa. Oh, no, he's not going to build on it. Thank God. He's actually going into section A, and I was like, you mother. But then he's not actually building a
he's moving me again.
He loves moving you. What the hell did I just join in on? Yeah, Lucard, well, it's always risky when you join a ready, steady play stream. Alright, so the very first thing he's actually going to try to do is to remove a rival follower in section A, which does apply to me because I am in section A, but because it's my only follower on the board, I'm exempt. Mm-hmm. If I had multiple followers, I would lose a guy now, which sucks. But, you know, that's the game. With automa, you can't take other people's guys off if you're not an automa. It's just, they're evil gods.
Yes, not possible.
So that's that. So then what he's going to do instead is he's going to send a studier, a follower to study. So that's what the second icon is there. And because he's got nowhere to send them to the board, he tried that first. He's instead going to send them here to his own personal player board. So that's that. And now he's going to move column C up. What? Yeah, he's moving you again. Oh, he's putting you next to me.
No, he's not. It's because he's moving me too.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's moving me slap bang in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, well, at least...
Whereas, you know he had your legs in the practice. He's having my legs now.
Yeah. So that's 1 step, and then this is 2 steps.
Oh, this is so upsetting.
Okay, so then he does that. So now it should be noted that you cannot shift a mountain. So this column and this row they're called rows in this game. So this horizontal row and this vertical row cannot be shifted unless you have the technology to do that, or you're the automa. The automa can shift mountains if they want. They count as having that technology the whole time. Alright, that's the end of the automa's turn, and now it's time for Michael. Oh, no, it's not. They get 1 step up the ascendancy track as well.
Nice.
Thanks to this little temple at the bottom of their card, they're already on the track. This is why this is going to be short, and we're going to lose real quick. They're just going to get all those ascendancy points.
I don't know, you're doing quite well. Well, you're in a better position than I am, definitely.
Well, it's because I'm not being bullied by the robot.
Exactly. It's exactly the opposite. We were saying this before, where it was like, oh, why is it when we ever go live, it's
the pressure being on the internet.
I was doing quite well in the practice, wasn't I?
Yeah, you're beating me.
But it never exists because it's not on camera.
Difter, you're right. Look at all that wonderful ocean that we've created. It's so peaceful and serene.
Oh man. Okay. Upsetting. What's this here? That's a 4 and a 4.
Mm-hmm. If only there was some way to make them smash.
I know. We can't currently smash that though at the moment.
You cannot currently smash those. Yeah.
Well, I could actually.
Yeah, Alessandro. This is actually historically exactly how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is completely accurate.
If I move these 3 there,
yeah,
that smashes those 2, doesn't it? It doesn't smash that.
Yeah. So then you'd wind up with, from my understanding, a 4 with a level 4 volcano on it.
Yeah.
No, a 4 with a level 4 and a level 1 volcano.
Yeah. Okay. This is not the end of the world.
About that PG-18 tag, yeah, Difter. Warning. Ready City Play, not safe for work or anyone. Nobody watched this.
It's not worth it. Right, okay. So, I'm going to send someone to study. And what I'll do is I'll send this dude. So that's number 1.
Yeah. Just inventing a different method of managing those tokens every time. Right?
Absolutely. And then, okay, what I need to do with my life is, I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move 1 here.
Hi, friend. Welcome.
Hello.
I've just used my wisdom to discover spears. Now I'm wise enough to spear you.
Take that. They're like, that's
just chucking them down the mountain at you.
I'm like, ow, that hurts. Why would you do that?
Your faith will protect you.
Yeah. And then 3rd move is a move.
Yep.
And then move these 3 that way.
The mountain. You can't. The mountain can't move.
No, these 3. 1, 2, 3 that way.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So what's going to happen here is, let's do this one first because it's nice. Well, this is actually the easiest. So that moves into there. The 2 4s collide to make a mountain. Mm-hmm. You've killed the llama and Stonehenge, you monster.
Oh no.
And then this one actually moves all the way down here and collides with this to create a 3 with a, and you can put that in any orientation you like. Yeah. And then that's got a 1 on it. Okay. Here's some more tiles. Nice one, mate. Alright. You've left me completely fucking alone in the middle of the ocean, haven't you?
See, this is the mean part.
Yeah, it's fine. It's alright.
I'm sorry.
No, the mean part would be if Michael blew up this volcano and then used it to spread land over here, so that I couldn't even get off this mountain with this volcano. Yeah. You know, that would be terribly mean. Okay, so it's me. Action number 1. I will have to move this guy so that I can build, because he's blocking the stupid build spot. So he's going to go over here and erupt that volcano so I can actually... am I going to do that? Or am I going to send someone to study? That's very useful, actually. Am I going to use that volcano so that I can actually not get stuck here forever?
The good thing is, though, if it's there, it can still be erupted on your next turn.
Yeah, but as long as I don't... The longer I spend putting it off, the more chance you have to steal it and fuck me.
Well, I'm not like that.
I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that.
I'm too busy with my... I need to build something.
Well, let's go over here. And what is this? This is move. Yes, move is very useful. So let's send this guy to study. And then this guy can jump... Which, actually... Yeah, this guy can jump back over here to build. So that's 2 actions. We sent to study, and now we're building. And we're going to build monolith.
Yay!
Yay!
Look, you're actually winning!
No, Difter's no more studying. No, that's Lucard. Lucard's no more studying. I'm done with studying.
Boring.
Oh my god!
Look, you're winning.
I'm winning on the ascendancy track. Incredible! It's not gonna last. So this person automatically goes up there, and the volcano.
We're so excited. It's because in the practice game, this guy was like.
Oh yeah, he was on like 9 and we were on 2, and it was just like, I mean, it's not gonna last. We're gonna be done in a minute. I'm confident, and I also get to have one wisdom for that. So the question is, what kind of upgrade do I want?
Choices.
Yeah, this is really helpful. The move 2 is really helpful. The shift 2 is quite good. I'm kind of tempted to go for this one, but I'm also like right in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of nowhere. So, you know, I don't know how helpful it's going to be just filling that mountain full of my people. I'll tell you what, actually, I'll tell you what would be quite useful, I think, is actually 2 movement. So I'll take 2 movement. So we can get out into the board and spread the good word of our god, the great waters god, who's sad about a dead fish. It's true. It's upsetting. It is upsetting.
It's not a dead fish.
It is a dead fish.
No,
because they need to be in the water to live, and it's not in the water.
No, he's like worshipping it. It's like
I'm worshipping the fish.
Yeah,
that's what you're suggesting.
Yeah,
you're suggesting me, a god, is worshipping a fish.
Sure.
I'm trying to show you. The cable's all up in the way.
I'm worshipping a bowl of strawberries, I think.
Well, it was an odd time.
Maybe it's almost like visions of Gollum, and he's about to go with the fish.
Oh yeah, right. Right. I will pop this back over here so it's somewhere sensible. And
now, I hope this man does not screw me over.
Well, I've got one more action left.
Oh, have you?
I do, but I'm thinking about. I'm actually thinking I might just use my final action to return these 2 study people, so that I can get
2 more wisdom.
Yeah, 2 more wisdom and upgrade some more stuff, like that, and kind of tempted to just go up again on this track here. Just make myself real versatile. So let's pop one guy out there. I don't think I need to do that for a while. And we'll pop one guy out there, leaving me with these 2 open. I think that's good. All right, good. I'm done. It's automa time. You want to pull your own fate, Michael? See what happens? Michael drew this card, so if it screws him, he's only got himself to blame. Of course, yeah, because you chose the fate of the cards. So in section C, he's looking for a mountain to build on. There isn't one. So instead, he's going to send a guy to study, and then he's just going to advance 2 spaces up the ascendancy track. So
you're now losing. No, technically I'm losing. He's winning.
Yeah, he's winning. We're going to have to work hard to keep up with this guy. All right, but the good news is he didn't screw you, and it's your turn.
Cool. Right. I am doing... I'm definitely building. I'm building first. So, I'm going to build this. Here.
He builds a monolith. Yep, that makes sense. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
There we go. He sits there.
And would you look at that?
I get 2 points. Hi, friend.
Great. Now we're both tied for Bupkis.
We're tied for last. And I get 1 wisdom. So what I think I'm going to do is I want to do the move for 2. So that's 1. The second movement is actually, I think I can't build anything for the moment. So I'm going to go back to return these from study. So I also get 2 more.
He's ripped off my whole turn, Michael.
No.
It's the exact same as what
I did. Well, I knew what I was literally going to do this anyway. You stole my move first.
Sure. Yep.
Well, I'm not going to 100% copy you, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that one there, so 2, but also stick this one up here so I can get 3 on the board, I think. It's either that or... shift things too. Ugh. I'll get points because that means.
I think you should upgrade shifting because you're just so shifty.
That's true. Oof. Didn't do that.
Yep.
So that is that, and I have to put these two out. So I will stick them on. What am I going to do for my third turn? I might.
So. I mean, I find that I sort of have a rough idea about what I'm going to do, but all my plans are contingent on nobody screwing everything up before I get to play.
Eek. What does that do? Oh man, what do I want? What do I want with my life? I think I'm going to shift actually. So I'm going to put these two things down here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of these people to shift. So what I will do is I will shift there.
They described this as an innovative thinky puzzle game on Kickstarter, and it's definitely thinky.
It's definitely thinky. Right, I do the shift, I take it off the move and put it on the shift. So what I'll do is I will shift this one down one.
You can't, there's a mountain there.
Oh, can I not move that now?
Yes. You cannot move that now.
So this can't be moved, this can't be moved, and this can't be moved.
Yes. Unless you unlock the power to move mountains, or the automa does it.
That's right, and the moving
There's
mountains...
always an exception in this game.
Oh, and the moving mountains is up here. Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
The moving mountains is step here on the shifting. You can... So, sorry, this might be a little confusing. This is actually called move, and move is what allows you to make mountains and collide things. You can never move a mountain. You can, however, shift a mountain using the shift one if you get that level.
Okay, I'll tell you what then. I'll do it the other way around. I'll put it on shift, and now I'm going to move instead. And what I'll do is... Can you move a mountain?
No.
Right,
you can never move a mountain. You can only shift a mountain if you have the knowledge. The wisdom. High wisdom moves mountains.
Not shift. Sorry, move mountains.
Yeah, can't ever move a mountain. Never ever.
So you can never ever move a mountain, and you can only shift mountains here.
Yeah.
Right.
And the automa can shift it if it wants because it counts as having that.
This is...
And that's just the way of life.
This is now making things incredibly restrictive.
As the game progresses, it becomes increasingly restrictive. And then it's over.
Yeah. Oh, man. Right, okay. Right. Change all of that.
Overall, I'm happily surprised. Normally, Michael has a harder time deciding what to do.
That's very true, Difter.
So what's the plan here, bud?
I'm going to erupt.
Okay. So who are you putting on to erupt?
I'm going to erupt this.
Yeah, but there's no one there, so...
Oh, yeah, I'll... the move man. No, the shift man. Oh, God. The return to study man.
Okay, study man is going over to erupt.
Yeah.
Erupt. Okay, cool. So what are you erupting?
This.
Yep. I think Difter was genuinely being nice there.
Yeah, I know it was. It was a compliment.
Yeah, but if I read it right, it doesn't sound like one.
Difter's always nice.
All right, so where is this lava flowing?
I think what it's going to do is it's going to turn that into a 3.
Yep.
I think that's what I want from life.
Give me 3.
Please.
Where do you want the water? Don't sass me, I'm a god. Gods don't have to be polite. Alright, there we go.
Manners maketh the man.
But not the god.
But not the god.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the demigod of great waters.
Right, that's it.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Might just do something totally
Left field.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to think about, like, you see the row at the very top and bottom of the map. So this row and this row.
Yes.
What happens if I move it down? Is it just these two go up there and those two come down here?
Correct. For a move.
Yeah.
For
no,
shift.
shift.
Yes,
Shift.
absolutely.
Right, so...
Well, no, sorry.
No, wait, shift
is just one column. So that just goes... That would go to there, and that would move there. So they'd be next to each other.
Okay, so if I shifted this row, it would just these two would drop down here, and that's it.
And not these two. It's a row.
Yeah, so if I shifted this row...
Oh, that row, they'd just move one.
Well, no, but if I shift them south, do they just shift down like that?
You can't shift that, because you either shift this row, you either shift this... You can't shift two columns. You can only shift one column, can't you? So you either shift a column that way, or you shift one column this way, or one column this way.
Yes, that's right. That's what I'm trying to shift. I'm trying to shift a
You're
row as though it was a column.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. This is what this is what I find happens with this game.
This is what I was doing all through the practice. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah. But the other thing I find with this game is like about like a little way in, I'm like, brain dead, cognitive capacity gone.
God, can we just take a moment? I actually get a move. No, this never happens. I explained a rule to you.
Well, yeah, but you're here because you're good at like spatial puzzle stuff. Like, it needed to be helpful for this.
Yeah. I'm going to take it as a win.
Yeah. Okay, so there apparently also we just reminded the chat of Kingsman. I don't know why.
Maneth maketh the man. It's from the Kingsman films.
Sure.
It is hard. I was struggling. There was times, wasn't it? I was like, I don't get it. But you're a god. I got this. You got this.
Yeah. I got this. No sweat.
I feel you need to erupt.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm God.
Listen, I have the fish who worship me. I'll do what I want. The fish are going to come and save me. They're going to build a raft and I'm going to lie on the fish. The fish are going to take me away. I need to get to your thingy as well, because I need to build on you.
Don't touch me.
I'll ask permission.
Okay.
Like, may I build my shrine? You're like, no, planning permission says no.
Yeah, planning permission says no. Okay, I am going to What's that dog? I don't know if you guys could hear that in the microphone. There's a dog
yapping,
absolutely nuts in the street.
See, the dog's the dog's even sassing you, saying, "Come on, man."
Yeah,
the dog's like going, "No, do the eruption."
I have regrets about where I put these guys.
Oh,
it's fine.
The sun. I feel the sun god's gonna be like, "Ha! I'm going to burn you."
So I don't really want to help you get to me and build on my thing. I also don't want to build on your thing yet, although I will eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and
I'll let you build on me if you let me build on you.
Yeah, do you want to team up against the bad guy?
Yeah.
So this is the volcano erupting over here. The 3 erupts, and it creates all the lava there.
Nice.
And then what I'm going to do is... I don't know why I took this guy. I need to take that guy. I'm sorry. Right. And then I'm going to jump back to Journey. I meant to do this because I was going to jump back to Journey and walk onto it, right?
Yeah.
I've got 2 steps. So I'm going to go 1, 2 over to here.
Yep.
And then for my final... final move, I'm going to take... this guy who's on journey or shift. I'll tell you what. We'll take the guy on build and we'll pop him over here, and he's going to. He's now on erupt or form volcanoes, and I'm actually going to form a volcano on the tile I'm on. So here's another.
Oh, nice.
All right.
How did it get to a? Sorry, it's just me double checking. How did it get to a 3?
When you form a volcano, it's just level 3.
Ah, the little symbol that should have informed me if I'd actually bothered to look.
Yeah. All right, all done. So I shall choose the fate of the automa this round, and whatever he does is my fault if I'm mad about it.
Another 2.
Okay, so he's looking in D, section
here?
D for a mountain. There isn't one.
There isn't one.
To build a sacred site. He can't do that, so he's going to send someone to study. He can't do that.
So does he get them back?
So he's going to recall his 2 people, yep. And he's going to advance his tech tracks according to this card here. So he's going to advance on the arrow first, which is this first one. It's just endgame points. Then he's going to advance on this one, which is points for guys studying at the end of the game. He's not going to do that because he's only got 2 wisdom from the 2 guys here. And then finally he's going to move up 2 more times on the ascension track. Goodbye. This is what happened last time.
This is what happened last time.
All right.
And he's hit 5, dude.
Yeah, he's hit the 5, so we're going to get a bunch more volcanoes out. I will get the tray 2 here.
It's very active.
We're going to get 1 here. We're going to get 1 here. And we're going to get... Now, I'm going to pretend, because I haven't actually clarified, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like we've got 2 hotspots here. We've got the red island on the red spot. So that's... I'm going to put out 2 volcanoes.
Oh, wow.
I actually don't know how to clarify what the clarity on that is, but I think volcanoes are fun, so let's just do that.
There's multiple volcanoes in locations around the world.
Exactly.
They're not isolated creatures.
This is geographically accurate.
I have a degree in geography, I'll have you know. I speak with authority.
Michael's got this game locked down.
Right. What am I doing with my life?
That's the end of that, so it's over to you. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So, this dude goes to send person to study. I'll send the journeyman up there. The other thing I will do is I will move the shift person, I think. The shifty person to move. And can I get these 2 that way?
Let's have a look. These 2... Oh, you're shifting, right? So
yes.
You can't shift these 2 rows along a column, right?
Sorry, I don't mean shift, I mean move.
Oh, yep. Okay, then yes, you can. These 2 come here.
Yeah.
So this one comes here, and the 1 collapses with the 3 to make a 4. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
Sweet.
Nice job.
Nice job. So that's 2 moves, and then what I think I'll do is I'll do this move person, I think. We'll go here to this move, and then go 1, 2 onto this 4.
Yep.
That's my 3 moves done.
If only I'd unlocked Shift 3 and I could just send you speeding off around the world. But I haven't, so I won't. Instead, what I'll do is my carefully planned turn. Now, there was a way I could do this and end up on a mountain, so let's see if I can, not screw that up. So we'll move this guy from erupt and form volcanoes onto move. And this lets me move this up to here.
Yep.
And then we'll go back to erupt and form volcanoes, and this volcano turns this into a 4.
And with the volcano 2?
And also another 2. Yep, I have to figure out where the 2 is going to go. Where do I want to go from here?
Oh, a 2 tile, not a 2 volcano.
Yeah, exactly. A 2 tile. So I need a 2 tile somewhere around here. So which direction do I want my life to take me? I guess this way. There's more stuff up here. So let's go this way.
Yeah.
So we... Oh, I got the llamas back. Oh, I got 2 llamas. Look at that. Amazing.
Yay! Mr. and Mrs. Llama.
I did all of that. Nobody could see. I forgot to change the camera. So yeah, I just spread the lava up here. And now there's llamas and things. There's a jaunty angle to show you the llamas. There they are. Look, I'm about to collide them into a mountain and they'll probably die.
Oh no!
It's true. So I will come back here and I'll jump back over to move, and I'll just use my last move action to move this one into here and create a mountain. Bye, llamas.
Oh. Where, dude? That one there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Neat. That's
Neat.
my whole life.
Yeah.
Automa time. It is going to try to build a sacred site in B first. There's no mountain, so now he's going to move to D.
Well, there is a mountain.
Oh, yes, there is. Yes. Okay, so he's going to go and build over there on top of Michael. Blah. And he puts a guy on it. Okay. And then he gains wisdom. He gains two wisdom for building the shrine.
Aha.
So he's going up here. Oh, this is good.
Oh my god, he's annihilating us on this arrow.
Yeah, he's annihilating us on all accounts. And now he's going to move my new mountain. Which he can do because he's so he's shifting this entire thing. So here we go. This is shift 1 and shift 2.
Well, that's not too bad for you, to be fair. That's good. You're loads of potential space.
It's not good. It's not bad. I guess I'm far away from that thing, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to be close to that anymore.
No. At least he doesn't move up the track. It's a lot more even.
I mean, he's still miles ahead, but he tends to get points. At a steady rate throughout, whereas we get a lot of our points at the end game.
Yeah.
He said, hopefully.
Right. Okay.
All right, back to you, sir.
I do this, move this person here onto move.
Yep.
And I send these 2 into here, and this creates a mountain.
Yep, these 2 into here, so we're going to get one mountain with a bunch of tiny volcanoes on it. Yeah. So, can we have one mountain, please? And you've destroyed Stonehenge again. What a monster.
What a monster. You beast.
I can't believe what you did.
Then I move this person to build. I'm going to build someone on here.
Yeah, build monolith in there. Get all these volcanoes out of here. There's too many volcanoes.
Too many volcanoes. It's a bit upsetting that they're all little. Because you have to do that action to do volcanoes 3 times. Yeah.
Well, you can do 3 volcanoes at once if you have the upgraded version.
It does mean I can go up 2, and I can get 1 wisdom. So the wisdom I'm going to get is I think I'm gonna do shift 2.
Seems rude.
So that's second turn, and then third turn is I can't erupt a volcano because it's there. And so now I can't shift to this column, and I can't shift to this column. Right?
Those rows. Sure.
Those rows.
Yeah.
And we can. So it's these 2 and these 2. So in order for me to get here, I can't shift myself along.
No, but you can move the land around to try and help with that. Or you can create volcanoes and blow them up and make a land bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of fun ways to get around this particular conundrum.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure when you collide, you don't add the volcanoes together.
Oh, yes, that's a good question.
But you crack on with your turn while I figure this out.
Mm-hmm. I think what I'm going to do actually for my third turn is just I'm going to go to study. I'm going to send this person to study, and that person goes up there. So that's their third turn.
Oh, diagonal movement's complicated. I just found a diagram.
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, I'm just doing it.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm just doing it around the middle. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says when you move them, just put all the tokens.
Just put
that
all
are on
the volcanoes together. Yeah.
Yeah. All the tokens that were on it are just put back on it. I'm pretty sure is what it says.
Yeah.
No, they do form an uber volcano.
Oh, they do form an uber volcano, so
Yeah.
that turns into a 4 then.
Yeah, that should be a 4.
Ah, never mind. That might have determined I might have blown that up otherwise. Not to worry.
What did you do instead?
I sent someone for study, but what I might have done is...
You didn't have the option though. You were on it, remember?
No, I wasn't
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So that's what I mean. I've put that person on there to do the study.
Okay, but weren't they covering Erupt?
Oh yes, they were. They were. Ooh, sorry. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so there we got a nice big 4 volcano for Michael to play around with. Great. Okay, I've got a whole plan. It's a very simple plan, actually. I've forgotten it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I want to send this guy over here to build, and build this just like you did. So we'll get another monolith out.
Hi, friend.
Yes, we're roughly keeping pace with him.
Yeah.
Even though he's got a lot of points down here that we don't have yet. Fingers crossed we can figure that out. And then what I'm gonna do? So then I'm gonna get 2 ascend, 1 wisdom. It's gonna be this. I need this. And then I would like to probably take this guy off of journey, put him over here, which allows me to send someone to study, and we'll send this guy to study. He's going to study up here. So I took the upgrade that lets me have more than one guy on the board is what I did. There, so I can do that. And then for my final action,
What do you want to do? You try and stay on there, see if he might build, so you'd get some wisdom. Fingers crossed.
for my final action, I'm going to take this guy who's on move tiles. I'm going to pop him onto erupt to form volcano, and I'm going to put a new volcano out right here. Level 3 back on my mountain. Here's some other fun little aside as well. Lava can't flow over mountains because it can't go up mountains. So Michael cannot erupt this volcano up north.
Yeah. Which is fair.
It's just a fun little fact for you all
fact.
about how gravity works. Okay, so here we go. He's going to start off by building a holy shrine in Sector A. Well, that's going to be on top of mine.
Which is good, because then you get a wisdom.
Yeah, because I have a guy studying there.
This is what you wanted.
This is what I want.
I wanted B. Damn it!
He's already in B. Oh, no, you needed B again, yeah. So he comes in here, he builds that. I mean, we don't really want this to be happening, to be honest, because he's already got enough points, but...
How many... Oh, he doesn't get points for that, does he?
He does. He gets 2 wisdom.
Yeah.
Which is going to be this track and the mountain track.
Okay.
And then he's going to shift the column, I don't know, the same column twice again. For some reason, he just really wants this to go the long way around back to where it started. So there's 1
and 2. How weird.
So I'm down here now. Can I have an island, please, Michael?
An island, yes.
Thank you.
Interesting.
And that's his whole move. He's ratcheting up the ascension track. Oh God. Camera malfunction. Camera malfunction.
Oh no!
He's ratcheting up that ascension track less quickly than last time. Okay. Back to you then, is it?
Yep. So
it's quite clipped, this game, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like I'm massively behind, even though we're equal. I feel like it's going to escalate very quickly. I feel like I'm on the back foot. I don't know why I feel that, but I just do. I want to erupt this volcano for 4.
Yep.
I want to put that there. Now, where do I want it? Ooh. There.
God, yeah, and Div was like, I thought you were gods. How come you're stuck with gravity? Look, we invented gravity, Difter. We're gods. We invented gravity, so we have to live by our own rules. Exactly. That's how it works.
It works, goddammit. Then I think what I want is I think what I want to do is I want to
break free.
Yeah, send a return to study. So I take these 2 back.
Yep.
I get 2 wisdom, so I'm going to put the wisdom. What does this do again?
That lets lava flow around a corner.
Right.
If you want that to be.
Yeah. I definitely want to move 3. Do I want to move 3? I want some points for them now. Actually. And where do I want my second one? Ugh.
Points. Points is how we win.
Points definitely.
Is how we win. Can you have multiple followers onto the board, or are you stuck with one? Alessandro, you absolutely can. Mm-hmm. So you need the upgrade that Michael's got here, which is the 1 step up on the study track, and then you can have up to 3. And if you get up to here, you can have infinity. But the only way to get them onto the board, tricking you all there, the only way to get them onto the board is by building sacred sites and then sending them to study at the sacred sites using this action, and then journeying them off the sacred sites using this action. So that's how they have to move around. Which is exactly what I've sort of started doing. You can see I've got a guy studying here and a guy studying here.
Yeah.
Did I take my wisdom for him building? I don't think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I didn't. I'm gonna. Sorry, Michael, to derail your turn.
It's okay.
Stuff there, so I can have better movement. Okay, back to you.
I'm not gonna move that person, so I'm stuck there doing this. But I don't want to build. Do I want to move?
Look at Michael unlocking points from monoliths.
Yeah, because there's 2 on the board and I need the points. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna shift this column. I'm gonna shift it up.
This column up.
Yeah. Now, do I want it to move 2 or just 1?
Hey, Chaticus. Glad you could join us. Arafat says, so far this game is not vibing with me.
Move 2, please, buddy.
Move 2?
Yeah.
There
There we go.
And one island comes out down here.
There we go. That's my 3.
All right, back to me. I was so excited when you moved that up there. So the 4 was there for me to jump upon. And then you moved it away.
Correct.
Now I'm sad.
That's why I moved it.
So maybe I'll just move it back. I'm gonna do exact. Oh,
sorry. I think I moved this one, and I didn't want to move that one. I wanted to leave that one that I had, so that was there for the next time. If that makes sense.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's allowed. I hope I haven't cheated.
I hope you haven't cheated too, Michael.
No, I can't remember. Because I wanted to journey as my last time. Oh, yes, right, that's fine. So I can just move that to the journey. So, yes, I can. That's totally legit move.
Okay. A little window there into the inner workings of Michael's mind.
Oh, no, sorry. There. Now it's correct.
Okay, well, I'm going to take...
So sorry.
I'm going to take this guy here over to move. And I'm going to move the 4 down into the 1. To make a 5, but it doesn't exist, so I'll just make an extra volcano. A level 2 volcano. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take that for me. Mm-hmm. And there we go. Now there's a level 2 volcano there. And then I'm going to go and take the guy on move here and put him on journey. And our little guy is going to go on a journey from where he is on his sacred site. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 over to here. And then he's going to go and jump back over to build. And we're going to build a... Not from there, from here, I think. We're going to build a temple.
Damn it. I was one step away from having someone on there.
Curses. You can pop the temple out there, and then he jumps. I mean, it should form a staircase, really, but you also kind of want to keep the little people spaces.
Yeah, I think you need
visible.
to keep the people, right?
So we'll just have to have this one the wrong way around. There we go. And so now he's up there studying happily, pointlessly.
Does he get a point or something?
Yes, he gets to have... Oh, I don't know actually if the automa gets a wisdom. I will have to have a look. He would if he were a player.
Yeah, but probably not.
Maybe. I will find out in just a minute, but I need to have 3 wisdom and 2 ascend. So I'm going to go 1, 2 up to here. We don't track the 5 again, and I'm going to go 3 up down here. And I think I'm actually just going to blast movement all the way to the top. 1, 2, 3. So I can start getting these ascend points. We'll see if this is a decent strategy or a bad strategy.
No, I think it's a very sensible strategy. Because now every time you move, you're going to get 1. So you'll be able to keep up with him, and I'll be massively behind.
It's a mean game. Who's winning and who's losing? The gods are winning. Yes, Jenica, so far the gods are winning. Right, and that was a move action followed by a journey action followed by a build action. So that's my 3. So we're back to the automa, and let me just check to see before we reveal the card if he gets a wisdom. I suspect he does. Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Okay. Just like a person. So he's going to move 1 more step up this block. So we have to stop him building these shrines that he's got 2 of, because now he's getting tons of points for them. I need to get in there and build a shrine. I'll stop him first, Michael. You need to get over here and build a shrine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or we're both going to lose horribly.
He keeps moving it all the way over here, though. Damn it.
Yeah. He keeps being clever. Anyway, let's have a look and see what his card's going to be for this round. So he's going to start by attempting... Oh, sorry. He's going to start by attempting to build a sacred site in area B, which he's absolutely going to do. He's just going to pop his last one out. So he can't build any more of these, but he's got them all now. So
Yeah.
GG.
Uh-oh.
So he's going to do that.
But I get a wisdom, right?
You get a wisdom because you're actually studying there.
Cool.
So while Michael thinks about that, we're going to do an upgrade here and an upgrade here. So many points. How does one score well in this game? Good lord. And then we're going to do the next thing, which is... Oh, this is the one from... Oops. And now he's going to move 2 rows, 2 spaces. It's kind of amusing, really, because this is just... Oh, ow. I fell out of the mountain. This one's moving 2 to here. And this one's moving 2 as well, actually. So it's just going to go 1, 2, all the way over there.
Now you're isolated down there.
Yeah, he just keeps isolating me. Why is he picking on me?
I know. I'm trying to build down there, goddammit. And then he moves up 2, right?
Yes, and then he gets to go 2 up the ascendancy track thanks to these symbols here as well. So, what's he on? 7.
He's on 7. So we're just about halfway through. It's a lot more even, this game.
Yeah, we're doing better than we did in the practice game where he was demolishing us. Yeah. It's true. Alright, and now it's back to Michael.
Okay.
What did you use your wisdom on?
I moved this one up, so now I can shift things 3.
Alright, you're like a cat batting a ball off a table.
Yeah.
Just like, get all the way over there, land and everything.
Right, so one person goes here.
Do you suppose these volcanoes should have combined during the hotspots?
Potentially. Rather than having 2, because it was like a hotspot. But then you got a volcano for that and an A volcano for that.
I think
it should be 2.
Okay, cool. Let's live with that then.
Because you didn't merge; they weren't being merged.
No, exactly.
That's my guess. But so journey goes to return or send to study. So I'm going to send one of these dudes onto here. Right?
Yep.
Then I send him. I journey him. Oh, damn it. Can I change my mind? Can I go there?
Instead of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I want to go 3.
Yep.
So I go 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, yep.
And now I can do my 3rd as my build.
Yep.
Okay. So, and I'll just use... Does it matter in the grand scheme of things? I'll use this person.
It does. I mean, of course, it does matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
But it's, like, plan out the rest of your life.
I know. I know, and I'm like, I can't work this out properly. Damn it! Okay. But I'm gonna build... Right. Okay. Live with it. Live with it, Michael. That's what you've decided. So, this goes out.
Yep.
So he goes out here. And he goes here. And so then I get to ascend up 2. Hi, friend. And I get 3 wisdom. And so... Just trying to get out.
Yeah, Michael's got the top spot now, Difter.
Not true. But...
No, I mean, literally, you're up there.
I am.
In the middle.
Oh,
at the
yes.
top.
Yes. This is true. Just working out. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3 goes there. We're just working out whether to try get this person and do these or try get moving mountains. To be helpful. Right, that's it. Done.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I got an incredible plan. I know exactly what it is.
I'm convinced. You've convinced me.
I'm gonna jump over here. I'm gonna send to study this guy. So and he's gonna appear here. And then I took this guy off build, but I need to take this guy. Sorry.
I did the exact same thing
Yeah.
2 turns ago. So it's absolutely fine.
And now and now
You need to bash the mountains.
Yeah, I need to make mountains, but I'm so close to all of the rest of you. And I don't, so, you know, I'm just going to build a mountain and everyone's going to come and take it from me. I would like to jump to oh god, this is really tough.
It is. There's a million things that you want to do and can't do it all.
Yeah.
Or you need too many moves.
Cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Fromage.
You're right about that. Holy cheese. I'm going to go over here to Journey. And I've got 3 moves. And I'm going to go 1, 2. Actually, no, I'm not even going to do that. That's stupid. That's stupid and I hate it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is the turn when my brain leaks out my ears and I'm paralyzed.
What to do?
I'll tell you what I'll do, actually. Yes, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go over here to move. And I like going over here to move because I get an ascendancy point. And then I'll move this 3 up to here.
How does that happen?
Because I can move 1 tile from anywhere I want. Thanks to this power.
Oh, right, I see. Yep.
And then I'll have 1 step up here for being top of the track. Man guy over here. That gives me ascendancy 1 every time I do a move. And then my last thing, I'm going to take this guy on move and take him back to here. And I'm going to return 2 guys. So I'm going to return these 2 to me. And gain 2 wisdom. And block off 2 things that I don't want to use next turn. Guess let's block shift. And we'll block erupt for now. And I get 2 wisdom. And what have I got on the board? I've got a temple and 2 monoliths. I also kind of want like another guy. But I'm kind of like, is it too late already?
I was umming and ahhing about that, and I'm like, ugh. And it's only like 1 point at the end. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Is that for the longer games where you have like the full
Yeah.
ascendancy track and the full board and everything?
And you need the more people out there.
I don't know. So I'm gonna. I had a plan here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I did necessarily need the plan now. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll upgrade this, and we'll upgrade this, because these are just points.
Yep, which is useful.
And then if I decide I want another guy, there's potential to get one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, and now I'm done. And it's time for automa.
Right. It's going to be a 2.
So he's going to build a sacred site in A. He can't, because there's no mountain.
Yep.
So instead he's going to place a mountain in A and then build a sacred site on it. So...
And it's in the lowest one, right?
Yes, it's the lowest available spot.
So it's that.
And then he removes the highest numbered spot in A.
So then that 3 goes.
No, the 4 goes.
Oh,
right. That's A9
No.
and B7.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's very upsetting.
Sorry, none of you could see any of that. So he built a mountain here, and then he removed this 4 here.
And then he sticks out that, right?
Yeah, and then he builds the monolith on it. But he doesn't put a person on it.
Right.
Because he can't. And then I think he's just going to remove another tile from section A. Which is kind of a bummer, because we're all hanging out there. Trying to
Does he remove 2?
Well, because he's got this, right? So the removal of the tile was part of this. And now he's going to remove another tile with this.
Why is the remove? No, that's
this
not
action, when he places a mountain, he also removes a tile.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that was part of that. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Oh no, maybe I'm not. Form. No, you're right. Sorry, I'm misremembering. So yeah, that's fine. Yes, we've done it then.
And then he moves up 1.
There he's ahead again. Somebody get him.
It's all right.
Stop him.
You can do your move, and then you've got it. So then it's me, right?
Yes.
It's very upsetting. Okay.
And listen, I've got a carefully laid plan here, and if you sabotage it and do something I don't want,
I have not got a totally laid plan at all. This turn's going to be wasted, really, because I kind of need to do some stuff. But I need a turn to get myself organised. So this is the turn where I fall massively behind.
Followers, it's an administrative round.
Yeah, that goes up there. So I'm doing. That's 1.
Sabotage him. Jenica's like, sabotage him. Get him. Difter's like, you got this, Mike. You can do it. You got this, Michael. You can do it. So encouraging. I'm afraid only one of us can do it, Difter, and it might well be the automa of the living sun.
Yeah. So I've gone there. Now I'm going to move this one on to what's that? That's the 3. Right. Okay. This is very upsetting. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move.
We don't need to do the review now. Oros, this is very upsetting.
So go 1, 2, 3. So I'm down at the bottom.
So you move 3 down the mountain.
Yep. Okay. So that's second turn. And then I move him back to be like, return from study.
Right. And so you're bringing back the guy on the board, is it?
So I bring back him.
Right, the one on your player board. And you bring back the guy over there as well.
Yeah.
So you turn those 2 back. Then you get 2 more steppies.
Yeah, so what am I doing? I will do the move and build what those up for, because I don't know, but what I'll do is I'll stick that there. And then... because that was already on there, I can't take that off. And... that there. Right. Done.
Okie dokie. I'm going to... First action. This guy's going over to Journey. And my little Manny's going on a journey. He's coming down the mountain, 1 steppy, and then he's going over here for 2 steppies. And then I'm going to use my incredible god powers by jumping from here... Oh, that doesn't... Do I care? Yeah, probably. Over here to move, which gets me 1 more little steppy here. And then I'm going to collide these 2 to create a mountain because I have the power.
Two threes to make a mountain.
And then this guy will jump back from move over here to build and build the monolith. On my mountain. My mountain. And now I've got no more monoliths. So these are where my monoliths will be forever. Now I can only go and try and build on other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all set. And as a result, I get to have 2 more ascendancy. Oh my god, I triggered the hotspots. It's just loads more.
Why did you move twice?
Because I built the monolith.
Oh yes, of course you did.
And that's gonna trigger just shed loads more level 2 volcanoes appearing. On this boring island,
nice.
And on this boring island, and on this 3 spot over here that's just full of volcanoes. And also on this island of low-level volcanoes here as well.
Love it.
I'd like to see someone get to like level 3 volcano eruptions and then just like hit up... oh, you guys can't even see it. Hit up this one with 3 volcanoes on it. Like, that'd be really funny.
That would be cool.
Just create some kind of like landslide of magma. Do something really neat with it. And I guess all that's left to do is to advance 1 column, 1 space.
1 column, 1 space.
Sorry, yeah, one of these up 1.
Oh, the wisdom track. The wisdom track.
Yeah, and I don't really know where to go from here because I'm kind of like not interested in making mountains anymore. So let's go to shift 2 because that's going to help me get around a bit. Yeah. And also it gets me closer to unlocking a follower. I don't think that's going to be worth it. I think I'm going to regret doing that, but we'll see. So there's my 3 actions anyway. Automa time.
Cool.
We got D, section D. Who's in D? Oh, it's me.
That.
Why is he picking on me? So he kills my guy and just sends him back to my board. That's so annoying. So that was my new guy that just built this monolith. Comes back to my board. Oh, that's so annoying. I hate that.
How very upsetting.
It is. It is. I'm going to be in real trouble, actually, because now I've got no one on the board. I've got to put him on Journey, because if I put him here, I'm going to have nothing useful to do next turn. So I've had to put him out here, or else I'm stuffed. Maybe unlocking another guy's not a good idea. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Anywho, that's the first mean thing he does. And now he's going to, like, shift everything around. So... he's shifting volcanoes. 1, 2. 1, 2.
God.
1, 2. And that's his shift action done. So now everything is different. We get a new island popping into existence over here. And he gets 1 more steppy up on the ascendancy track.
Ugh. This is all...
it's all changed. Change places!
So it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What you gonna do?
Oh, this is upsetting. So,
did you do a shift and miss one ascension for shifting?
no, I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Difter just no, Alessandra just checking. Maybe
Yeah.
I hadn't missed a chance.
Thank you, guys. No, I think I don't think I did. This person came back here when I had to bring the people back from studying, so I haven't actually done the move yet. But I wish I had the point. So, okay, this is I think what I want to do with my life.
Need a potato.
Yes. So I erupt. Yeah. That volcano becomes a 3, right?
The 3? Yep.
Yep.
So the 3 volcano erupts. And you put a 3 tile out there.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You knocked over everything. You've destroyed the temple.
I'm a god, I'll do what I want.
Oh, can't really argue with that. Kind of the whole game.
I then journey. And I can move up to 3. So I go 1.
Oh, but you need to change that tile then, don't you?
Why?
Because you can't journey over water, can you?
Oh. Because of the way that tile is. That's incredibly frustrating. Oh, but I can change this whichever way I like, right?
In fact, you're not allowed to put it like that.
No.
Because you can't put the water there because that's the direction the lava came from.
Yes.
So really, Michael's cheating.
I didn't even think to how I wanted it. That was foolish. I think I'll do that. I'll do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can go 1, 2.
Yep.
Up to 3. And then the third thing will be the build.
Yeah.
And I'll do that from... I'll do that from the movement. There. So that goes there. Onto here. That sits there like that. Maybe I'll do that one. Return. I'll send. Yeah, I'll do that. And then that gives me 2 up the track. 1, 2. And it gives me 2 things, doesn't it? So I will go. This is interesting. I'm umming and ahhing here. I think that's going up there gets 2 points up there to get me more points. Right, done.
Points.
Points. Right, I'm done.
I think maxing out one of those tracks might be the right course of action.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Done my 3 moves, dude.
Okie dokie. So now I need to do something. Cool. I can do very little because my board is clogged with followers thanks to this stupid AI being a complete jerk. So I'll jump this guy over here and I can move a tile around. I'll just move this 2 up to here. You guys can see that, sorry. I moved a 2 from here to here. And then that gets me 1 ascendancy.
It's close, dude. I think you could end this.
Yeah, great. Well, I'm losing. Cool. And then I'm going to jump that guy back to send to stud. Oh, actually, not that guy. I'll take this guy from Journey and put him onto send to study. I'll send this guy onto the board. He's gonna go I think he's going to go here, actually. Yeah, maybe.
It's a proper brain churner, isn't it, this?
Then for my final move, I'm going to
action.
take this guy back over here to move, and I'm going to move this tile up into this tile to smash these two together to make a 4. I guess I didn't even intend to make a 4, but that's fine.
Do you go back up? Do you go up here for 1 as well?
Yep, I do. And I'm just rapidly bringing about the end of the game, even though I'm not even sure if I really want to. Alright, that's the end of my turn. Now it's back to this guy.
What's he gonna ruin our lives with this time?
So he's gonna build in B.
Which he can't.
Which he can't. So he's gonna build a mountain in B and then build in B.
And where does it go? The lowest?
Yep, it goes into the lowest spot in B. Yeah. So he always prioritizes the lowest spots. And then he's going to build his monolith on it. And he doesn't get to put a guy on there because it's the second tier. But he does get to have 1 wisdom, which is maxing out his shrine points.
Oh my god.
So coincidentally... the good news is he can't get any more of that, so if he does try, he won't get anything. And now he's going to remove the lowest tile in B, which is this one. But I'll just keep it here.
Is it lowest or highest?
Oh, it's the highest number, and then if there's a tie from the lower position. So actually the highest number B is this one, isn't it?
Oh, this two.
Or hang on, is
this
a 3? Yes, this is a 3, it's B7. So he gets rid of this one.
Right.
There you go.
And then in D as well.
And then in D as well. So that's over here. So that's the 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
So I guess he formed a mountain over here by using tiles from like here and here.
Yes.
Because he's like he's the Ubermensch god.
Then he goes up 1 on the track.
Yes. Then he goes up 1 on the track. And now it's back to Michael's turn.
Okay. So what I think I need to do is I need to shift. So shift all the tiles in a row and I can move mountains.
Yep.
Now. So what I want to do is I want to move this column down.
Okay.
So I want to move
how many spaces?
2.
Okay.
2. That goes 1, 2.
Yep.
And then those two go there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And we need an island, please, Michael.
An island. There we go. I ascend up the track because I did that. Then I wanted to use him because now I want to move.
Okay.
No, I don't. I don't think it mattered actually. Now I'm going to use this person to send someone there.
Okay.
I think that's what I've got to do. So, what I send one of these people there. And then I move. And then I go 1, 2. And that's my 3rd turn.
Okay, so that's all 3 actions.
Yeah, unfortunately. I was trying to see if I could do that a bit more efficiently, but I don't think I could.
Okie dokie.
Actually, I'm gonna leave that. My turn was relatively quick.
I hate my turn.
My turn sucks.
I hate my turn. My turn sucks.
It's like, I can't do anything good.
It's true, though. I can't do anything good.
Like, way.
He did Difter. He did shift tiles around and he got 1 ascension for it. Okay, so I'm going to take oh my god.
It's like,
I mean, I know what's probably best for me to do. So I'm gonna jump from move a tile all the way over to journey followers. No, sorry, to send a guy out. So sorry, I go from here to here. We send, I don't know, this guy out. It's fine. Doesn't really matter where they come from necessarily. And I guess he's gonna jump onto the top of the tower here.
mm-hmm.
And then I'll jump a guy from here to there. Journey from send to study to journey. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3 and just come down the mountain to here. So he's hanging out now, just being all chill. And then I think I'll actually jump the same guy back over to send to study, and we'll send Shifter Face here over to study as well. And I guess he'll go out here just because there's still a possibility Michael might build a temple, or the AI might build a temple there. And I could have one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. That's it.
So what happens then when he runs out of tiles?
When he runs
out of cards?
just reset.
Oh,
Shuffle and reset. Okay, so his card is... He's going to try and build in C.
He can... Oh, yes, he can.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a thingy.
Hooray. He can't. He can't go there.
Oh.
He doesn't have the right piece. So he's going to try and build in A.
Which he can't.
He can't build in A. So now he's going to try and build in D. Which he can.
He goes there, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So he tried his best not to go here, but he did end up coming in here.
Yeah.
In the end.
And does he get 3 wisdom now?
Yes, and we both get 1.
We both get 1.
Indeed. Do you know what? Did you do it already?
Yep.
What did you do?
I went from here to here.
Very good. Okay, I think I'm going to do something similar. I'm just going to go from... In fact, the exact same thing. Yeah. It was one of these 2 columns.
Look at us being all clever and doing the same thing.
Do you know, I'll take the volcano one just to be different.
Oh, no, that gives you endgame points. Do that one.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm going to get 1 more wisdom before the end of the game, and this might be useful before then.
Okay.
We'll see. I think trying to unlock these guys is a terrible idea for this length of game.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad idea. But anyway, now he's going to shift. He's shifting like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. So can we have 1 more island, please, Michael?
Certainly.
Grand. Thank you. And then
but he doesn't move.
Doesn't move up the track, so that's good news for us. And it's Michael's turn.
Okay. So, I go... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to do the journey one, and I'm going to shift the tiles. I shift this down 1.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah.
Ah, he's shafting me. Why? Why? You need to shaft yellow, Michael.
Indirectly, I'm shafting you, but I don't mean to. It's all, like, for me.
Yep. Sure. I buy that.
Because what that does is it gets me up the track. I then want to do build. So I'll go here. And I put this on here. He sits there. So I get 2 ascension, 2 wisdom, 2. And then my third turn, I think. I don't think it matters in the great scheme of things. What I think I would do is I'll send someone out onto here.
God damn it.
Sorry. Do you want me to do that again?
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to keep up with cutting back and forth.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, cool. All done?
Yes. Actually, I took this. Do you remember where I took that from? I think I took him from Journey. Or was it Erupt? Yes, because I did Journey on to Send and I moved him, so I'm actually going to move him on there. Because that frees up Shift by.
Sure. Okie dokie. I am going to jump this guy from Erupty the volcanoes over to move the thingies. Move the tiles.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this 2 down into this 1 to make a 3. Going to have a 3, please.
You certainly can.
There we go. Thank you.
There you go. Oh, my nice, neat stacks.
Again, turn into a mess.
It's a mess.
And then I'll jump the same guy over to Journey. I'll send this guy on a journey. He's going to go 1, 2... Is he going to go 2 and stop here? Or is he going to go further? Is he going to go over here? Yeah, let's go further, actually, because then I'd have to go backwards. That's annoying. Oh, they're both temples anyway. I was about to say because I get a temple there, but they're both temples anyway, so this is fun. And then I'll just jump this guy here over to build and build temple.
Nice.
Yeah, well.
2 bits. 1, 2. And 3 wisdom.
Yes, 3 wisdom. So. I think we need to advance temple points. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Or do we actually... Shit, we could do this one up 1 and then get another dude. I guess... Do that 1. Get a dude.
Yay.
Oh god, do I care about where he goes though? Oh no, when you unlock him you get to do an action. Remember? You either put him into a study spot on the board, or you put him down here and immediately take the action.
I totally
forgot about that as well. Do you remember?
No.
Well, there you go. We both completely forgot.
Damn it!
Does that make this seem more worthwhile? Hang on, let me finish resolving my wisdom first, or I'll forget. So he can come out. And actually, that was 2 actions, wasn't it? No, it was No, it's 3. That was my third action was build. So for 2 more spots, I think I will advance the temple marker though, because there's another wisdom there. Oh, and then this guy, what is he gonna do? I mean, I know what he should do. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what he should do. That's not good. That's not good.
That's not good.
I feel like there's just way more efficient ways I could be playing this if I could understand how the world works. Like, now I finally understand flat earthers. You know, I'm like, if it was flat, it'd be so simple, but it's a globe and it's complicated.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I think what I'll do though, actually, is I'll put him onto Journey.
Yeah.
And get one more Journey action because that gets me 1, 2, 3 back down the mountain over here.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Feels like a worthwhile punt.
Yep.
Okay.
Then the dude.
All done. So he's going to try to build in C, which he can't do because he doesn't have any of those pieces left. So he's going to instead send a guy to study. Now, he's going to probably prioritize one of his his board rather than his player board. The sacred shrines rather than the player board.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly check. In the region indicated. So he's going to try to put one to study in C, but he can't. So instead he'll put it on his player board.
Right. Cool.
And then...
Both that and that moves up too, right?
Oh yeah, and so then he's going to move the sort of outer columns up 2. So this one's actually going to go 1, 2... And this one's going to go... Oh, fuck off. Why does he persist in shafting me?
It's alright, dude. I'm going to move it back.
Good.
Because I want it back.
God damn it. What a prick. I hate Automa of the Living Side. So just to be clear, what happened there is this guy moved 2 off the edge of the world around to here. And this moved 2 up here. Yeah, sorry, Chadika. So I did realize that. I caught up with you in the end. There we go. So this is the new world now. The giant temple's turned into a tiny shrine.
Absolutely.
All right, now it's Michael.
Right. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is shift it back. Let's shift it back. Right. Shift it back down 2, please, dude. I go up the track 1.
I keep knocking my guy over.
Yeah.
Get back on there, guy.
You
should definitely not have any of these temples with their backs to us. It's annoying to reach around. There we go.
Then I move that dude 3.
Which dude? The one next to me? This guy?
This guy.
This guy. He's going
1, 2, and on there for 3.
So it's actually just 1, 2.
Okay.
But yeah.
2.
So it was 2 over to here.
And then I build my last thingamabob.
Middle piece.
Yeah, and I think that triggers endgame.
Well, you're the first player, so we'll both get one more turn, and then it will be the end of the game.
So I get a turn.
This is your last turn because you're the first player.
Yeah. So this is so we both get a last turn, as in this is my last turn, and you get one more.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goes on there. He sits on there. I get 2 points, and I also get 2 wisdom, but I also get 3 wisdom because it's there. So what I'll do is I'll go 1, 2, and move that up 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 wisdom. And that's my 3rd turn. Right.
Okay. Neat. This was not worth it. I don't think this was worth it either. But yeah, you've got 2 things maxed out. Like the hell.
I don't know how this happened.
I've been doing. What the hell have I been doing? Yeah, this is worth 2 points. That was a complete waste of time. Okay, that's a complete waste of time. But let's go ahead and go...
Shiny time.
Let's go get a temple out, I guess. Are you ahead of him on score? Like, someone's getting a wisdom out of this. I'm like...
Did he go up 2? Did we stick him up 2? I don't think
we did not. No,
yeah.
He should have gone up 2 more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out which of you 2 has more points now, and I think it's you.
No.
I think so, yeah. Maybe. Oh, God, I don't know.
Have we been forgetting to give him his wisdom when he's been putting out these?
No, he's had it.
Okay.
He's had plenty of moves. Yeah. Maybe once. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's all on camera. You can all check our working. Right, so the thing is, I've got to move... I don't actually know if I can do this, because all of my spots are blocked. So I might actually just be screwed.
No, you can. You just need to move off the move first, then put the build on the move.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, cool. So I guess... there's no... You can't go off the top of the ascendancy track, so what a waste.
Yeah,
so I don't think any of these are actually worth doing, really. To get me points towards the end of the game here. I don't... Yeah, so I think that's just a wasted action, really. And he's on return to study, so I can't even do this, which would get me a point. Boo. Boo, boo I say. Boo. Yeah. None of this matters. So what should I do?
Kill the gods.
I'm just trying to think if there's something I could do to like reduce his score somehow, because I can't obviously affect yours. You're done playing.
Yeah.
But I don't even think there's anything I can do to affect his position really, because his moves are so abstracted.
Yeah. Because we're gonna have to probably shift that, aren't we?
Well, we need to get one more card.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll take move a tile just because.
Yeah.
Make another island. There we go. That was pleasant. And then this guy jumps over here to here. Sends this guy over here, I guess. Just because I think you're in the lead, so take it as flattery.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Go back over here to build. I'll pop this out here, which gets me 4 wisdom and 2 ascendancy, which is 2 extra that I can't even use. And he gets 1 wisdom, so I need to reset his deck.
Where does his wisdom go? Oh, because it goes on the back of the card, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to reset his deck to find out where his wisdom goes. Unless, of course, we're supposed to just use this space here. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
But it's fine. I'll just reset it. I'll just reset it without even looking at it.
Watch it. It'd be quite good if it actually comes out with that as the top symbol.
Yeah, the long one we want. Because it's at top.
Yeah.
But it's actually the same symbol, so it wouldn't have made a difference. There we go.
That's
okay, and then I've got 4 wisdom to try and like close this gap here. But I don't know if it's possible. So let's just... I think the best thing for me to do is to go 1, 2 there and 1, 2 here.
Absolutely. You know? That's exactly what I would have recommended. Because you've got 2 of the big... You've got none of the medium ones out, so moving the medium one is pointless.
Yep. Complete waste of time, that. Got me 2 points from unlocking a guy. Very dumb. Okay, cool.
No, 3 points, dude.
No?
He's on a study. He's on a
study. Oh, I've got
a...
I missed this guy, because this
he's laid down.
This is the wrong way around. There we go. Now I can see that there's a big old ton of people over there.
To be fair, dude, it might be closer than what you think.
Or he might be miles ahead. We just haven't realized.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what we got here? So we've got first off, he's going to take a person out of section D. Oh God.
No one in section D.
Yeah, we've all got people in that temple.
So it's probably me because I'm highest up.
I don't know. I don't. It's probably both of us. Yeah, we both lose a guy.
Yeah.
So I just lose a point again. He's bullied. I feel bullied, Michael. I feel picked on.
I feel picked on too.
I just lost a point.
The sun's meant to be nice.
And then he's going to shift things in a way that doesn't matter.
That just moves 2, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's moving this way. These things are shifting.
And then he goes up 1 right on the track.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, pass me the score pad.
The score pad, sir.
Oh, I feel like he's shafted me a bunch of times.
On me. He was shafting me at the start when he was moving, wasn't he? I think he's shafted us both. So we're both on 15.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the for people at home, isn't it? This is the scoring pad.
Yeah.
And this is so we've got to.
Yeah. So we start with the ascendancy track, right? So we're both on 15, and then he's on.
He's
11.
on 11.
But he just went. Did he get one more
sorry.
step?
Yes, I went that way.
Okay, so he
should
should
be
be
on
on
13.
13. Okay, cool. And then this is just straight up points that are printed on your player board. So I've got 10 here, right? Because there's just 10 points here.
Oh, does it include both?
Oh, you think it's just 7? Yeah, it might just be 7, actually. You're right. Probably right. Because all of these other ones aren't cumulative, are they?
I thought it'd be like 3 if your thing's there and 7 if.
Yeah, no, I think you're actually right. I didn't even think about it. I just instinctively did that. Yeah, no, it's absolutely just the top one.
So I've got 7 as well.
So 7 and 7.
What does he
And
have?
he has shed loads. He's got 5, 8. Actually, that's it. 8. Shed loads. 5, 8. All right, and then it's points for guys studying, where he's got 10.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Wow, that guy.
Oh yeah, 10. Maybe you shouldn't have helped him. Maybe you should have helped me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 10 there. You've got no points for this, and I've got 2.
You got 2, yeah.
God. All right, and then it's points for your monoliths. So I got 15.
Why 15?
It's 5 per monolith, and I've got all 3 out.
Ah, okay. So yes, I've only got 2, so it's
No, not temples, monoliths. Bottom part.
Yeah, I've only got 2.
Okay.
So it's 14.
14. And then he's got 2 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. I'll make this big. This will be easier for you to see what's going on. So he's got 4 there. All right, now it's the middle ones.
So I'm 21 because I got all 3 out.
I'm 0, and he is 18.
6, 12, 18, yeah.
Then it's temples.
So I have none. Oh no, apologies, tell a lie.
got 1.
I got 1.
So that's 2 points.
2 points. Mhm.
I've got all of them, so I've got 21, and he's got 4 for 1, so he's got 4. And now it's quick math time. So that's 39, and 21 is 60, and 22, 32, 36, 56, 57, 58, 59.
Is it? 5, 10. 15 and 15 is 30.
Plus 7 and 2 is 39.
Yeah.
Plus 21 is 60, right?
39, 15. Yeah.
And then that's 22,
Mm-hmm.
32, 36, 37, 57, 59.
Yeah. Told you. You were so upset. It was such an upset.
I've left this memo. Well, hang on. I haven't done his scoring. 21, 31, 35, 45, 50, 57. We both beat him.
There you go, look.
Look how close that is. That's.
Told you it was going to be closer than what you think.
But also, I don't want to do math, Michael. Well, I'm utterly shocked. I really thought that this was going to absolutely clinch it for you. But that's because I didn't want to do the arithmetic of the missing piece.
Yeah.
It's just scary when you're up at the top there.
Yeah.
So, well played.
Well
Excellent
played, sir.
score.
Well, it's very
Excellent
close.
score.
Very close.
Very close. Actually,
Well-
couldn't be closer, really.
Good game.
Yeah, and we actually beat the challenging AI, which I'm shocked about.
Yeah. He nearly had our legs, didn't he?
Jetica says they were rooting for you, and they're upset. and I'm sorry to disappoint my newest patron. So
Very close. Very close.
he let me win. He's a good friend. Yeah. So what we'll do?
That bad. See, they occasionally do good.
We'll be back in just a minute to give our thoughts on the game and talk a bit about it. And so yeah, just give us a few minutes to have a quick comfort break, and we'll be right back. But thanks y'all so much for watching. I hope you'll stick around for the review.
Yeah, I hope you've liked it.
Hello! We're back. We're
Back.
gonna do the review portion.
I have a cup of tea now, so that's good.
Good. You're well refreshed, ready to give
Absolutely.
this game a review. And I start off the review by crediting usually we credit the designer, the artist, we call out the publisher. This is actually kind of a solo affair. So I don't know when Lucky Duck, who gave us this review copy, took this on. But it says here that the game design, the development, the artwork, the rulebook, and the graphic design were all done by Brant Brinkerhoff, who I think might also be associated with Ask Games, the publisher, the original publisher, who I think ran the Kickstarter as well. I'm not sure. But the version we have doesn't even have Lucky Duck's logo on it.
Oh.
Even though they had this copy and gave it to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure when they got involved. So apologies for that, Lucky Duck. But yeah, so that's the sort of the.
I think it's on the back, isn't it?
No, Lucky Duck's logo's not on here at all.
Oh. I thought I saw it somewhere.
Not to be seen on any copy of the game. Oh, it's on the box. It is on the box. Anywho,
I thought I was going mad, but I'm not, which is always good.
so obviously this is a 1 to 4 player game. It comes with 4 automa, so I guess theoretically you could just have the 4 automa play against each other. Although given how abstracted their moves are, I don't think it would necessarily
carnage.
Yeah, but I don't think they would necessarily really impact each other.
Mm.
You know, because the only real impact they'd have is what level of pyramid they can build, and then so anyway, the point is, you're playing at 2, you include 1 automa. You can include 2 if you want a facsimile of a 4-player game at 2.
Mm-hmm.
You can play at 3 with 1 automa or 3 humans, or 1 human and 2 automa. It's really sort of up to you how you mix and match this. Of course, you can play solo against 2 automa or 3 automa, but not 1.
Right.
And so that's the player count. I think this is a very competitive game, in terms of how competitive players are. It's a game really of efficiency. It's as you improve the wisdom paths here, what you're really looking for is action efficiencies. It's a race game, right? It's the race to score as many points as you can before this ends. And of course, this is also points. So it's a race game, and it's about being efficient to keep up with the race. And improving these paths in concert with the actions you want to take on the board is how you keep pace with the game, or set the pace of the game if you're the leader. And so I think you're always looking for moves that help you and hurt your opponents. And I'm more a bit about that in just a minute, but it's definitely not cooperative.
Definitely not.
So I think we've sort of done a big rundown of the rules, but of course the win condition is the person with the most points, but really it's the person who sort of kept pace with the race when somebody gets to the end here on the ascension tree. The weight, I think, is deceptive. Like, it's quite an abstract puzzle. It's quite a lot up front, and it's quite hard to start playing without unloading all of this upfront information. Mm-hmm. But once you start playing, it's fairly straightforward. It doesn't feel overly complicated until you start worrying about how you're going to score points and do things.
I was going to say, that's the complexity, isn't it? It's like, oh god, how do I maths all this out?
Yeah, you're not worried about remembering the rules or running the systems, even though you have to learn a lot of that up front. The complexity comes from how to keep your actions efficient.
Yes.
Like later on, there's nothing that feels worse than dropping someone onto a temple. Oh, what the hell is that looking at? There's nothing worse than like dropping when you need to get, your sacred sites out. There's nothing that feels worse than dropping someone onto a temple here, and then they have to walk all the way down, and that takes a whole turn. And so then you're like, do I want to upgrade the movement to get to movement 5? Which is great, but that's not worth any points at the end of the game, so you still need to make use of that. Mm-hmm. And so it's really, the complexity comes from trying to optimize those efficiencies, and there is quite a lot of potential here for people to get really sort of intellectually hung up in that process, I think.
Mm-hmm. I've just twigged of something that we might have semi-cheated.
Oh, really?
There was a time when you had 4 people on the board.
I don't think so.
I was in awe. Phew! I thought I major panicked. I thought that we had more than 3 people. At one time, I thought I had more than 3, and I thought you had more than 3. No, we're fine.
It's possible, but I don't think so.
Good. Phew.
Because also, you only have 5 people. So if we'd had 4 out, we would have only had 1 guy on this track.
Fine.
And I don't remember ever having 1 guy down here.
Phew. No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I mean, I'm sure we made some rules futzes, and I'm sure someone watching it who knows
Probably.
the game really well will be able to call us out in the comments. But it's fine. Yeah, so I think that I think it could get really prone to AP, this game.
Absolutely.
But I also think like it's kind of a hard game to plan ahead in as well, because the board state can change, and I think it's going to change a lot more. It changes a lot between your turns. I think in this version of the game it was probably the most stagnant it's going to be in most versions of the game, and it still changes a lot. And because of those efficiencies that you're looking for, even these little changes are quite significant. So anyway, I mean, the play, I think, you could probably get the play time down to probably 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
At a 4-player count, even.
Just because we're playing it for the first time. But
yeah, and also we're doing it
then...
on the show.
Yeah.
Like it always takes longer on the show.
Mm.
So I think you have to teach basically everything up front as well.
Yeah.
Like it's too abstract for people to just kind of start playing and pick. It's too abstract and too ruthless for people to just pick it up and start playing.
Oh yeah. Particularly if you've got one person that's played it before and one person that hasn't.
Yes, there'll be well, because it's very little luck and almost entirely deterministic. It's gonna have a very steep learning curve, or skill curve. Sorry. So whoever's played it the most is probably going to be the best at it.
Yeah.
And they're going to win, unless everyone else gangs up on them, which might happen.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's entirely possible for people to literally burn it. Like if you're playing a 3-player game, 2 players could easily just start burning actions to screw you.
Yeah. And
2 actions are going to really, like, if 2 actions are being used against you every round, then you're going to be in real trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to a degree, because there are targetable player interactions, there could be a self-balancing mechanism if one player is the obvious leader.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if 2 players are leading and 1 player is just learning, then they're probably just going to have to suck up being last.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, this is just my first time. I'm just willing to accept this is a learning curve, and I'll leave the other 2 to battle it out.
For such a thematic game, like it's a really odd game, because like in terms of sort of the theme here, the theme is like, I don't know, like primordial Earth. Like all of the tectonic plates are shifting, volcanoes are erupting, new lands being created all the time. Mm-hmm. The time frame is unclear. Presumably it's decades. And yet there's all these people running around building sacred shrines.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily match up, because like when there was a lot of volcanic activity and a lot of plate movement,
there's no people. There was barely any animals. Like everything lived in the ocean.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a anachronism. That's a major anachronism. But I mean, I like the idea of as a sort of a more abstracted civilization building type thing.
Yeah.
I like the idea of sort of having little people running around and being sort of in control of the land and moving things around and stuff like that. That's nice. I like building stuff and putting stuff out. It doesn't feel like you're building anything. It feels like a mad tense scrabble to stay in the race.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you're not like, there's not ever a point where you sit and go, my civilization is built. How pleased I am with what I've built. That never happens, right?
Do not have the time.
Oh, Breeze jumped into chat. Bree is the representative from Lucky Duck Games.
Oh, nice.
Who's come to see if we're saying nice things about their game. Welcome, Bree. So I think that the theme is something I really like, and I do think it's quite strong in the game. And actually, I do think it ties into the mechanisms in a way that's quite helpful. Because a lot of the sort of the little exceptions and the way things work tend to be sort of explainable by the thematic context.
Yes.
So like and it's a little bit of a shorthand that you don't want to pick apart too much, right? Like when the volcano explodes, it can't go onto a mountain. It's blocked by mountains. Because volcano lava can't flow uphill, so gravity stops it from flowing uphill on the mountain. But we don't worry about like the level 4 land or the level 3 land or try to visualize those heights. Don't worry about that. It can flow over all land except for mountains completely freely. So, but it's still kind of nice that they've got those like thematic links together.
Well, it's not a million miles off either, is it? To be fair, that's geography, isn't it? So,
but that's sense. Nice. It's very common for abstract games to either just have no theme at all and be like bricks on a board, or not tie into that theme at all, and it's just window dressing. So that it's really nice the way that sort of works together, and so I do really like that. But yeah, so we talked a bit about the mechanisms already. We talked about how deterministic it is and how it's this sort of action efficiency race game really. And it's about, to an extent also reading the board state, which obviously I was not very good at in this particular game. And so, I mean, that's interesting as well, right? Like, I mean...
I was going to say, that's quite an achievement, really, for you. You're usually very good at this.
Yeah, I'm usually really on the ball when it comes to the board state. So I really thought I was dead last in this game. And the all of the points are public information, right? Like, there's no hidden scoring or anything like that. So it's really just whether or not you can be mentally, you have the mental energy to sit down and do the math. Mike, I was not good at it while winning the game. Yeah, I was not good at reading the board state, but to
be fair, I think I was winning, particularly the last third. And it was the last turn that took you over. Yeah, I mean, literally, the last turn decided... Well, it was so close, the last turn decided everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. By 1 point. Couldn't have been closer. And I was just saying to Michael, like, when I came over here, and I decided to build my temple here instead of here, that decided the game. Like, he would have won if I'd given him the point of wisdom. So...
Because that would have gone up there, would have been 3.
Then, he could have advanced, that guy up there for
well, we might have evened
extra
it up.
Points.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, then it would have been a dead tie.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't have got 2 points out of that board, that would have been a dead tie, because we're also tied on the tiebreaker, which is the ascendancy track. So that's just a dead tie.
That might have been quite nice for a tie.
How dare you? What a pointless exercise it would have been. Nobody's excited by a tie.
Oh, look, friends, we won each.
No, we both won. Nobody won. Nobody even lost. So I mean,
super close though. Super close.
So this is I mean, this is going to appeal to people who like that kind of determinism, who like weighing up the choice between, do I progress my own engine or do I hamper someone else's? Here, trying to divine from the state of the board whether the potency of each action. Is this action going to? Because the most delicious action is the one that advances your cause greatly and also destroys your opponent's causes greatly.
The optimal, isn't it?
Right? And the best, and the sort of every action is going to be some kind of compromise between those two paradigms.
Yeah.
And so if you're the kind of person that likes to look for those opportunities to thwart your opponents and further your own agenda, then this is absolutely the kind of game that you're going to like.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of opportunity for that here. And also for, planning ahead and making these sort of broad stroke plans, because I don't think you can be too... I mean, you want to be really particular. You want to plan every little step out.
You just can't, though, because of the way...
Exactly. So I think you need these sort of broader strokes,
Absolutely. You kind of need a half plan.
Like a high-level plan.
Yeah, and you kind of like, I want to do this, but if that doesn't happen, or that doesn't move that way, or I get thwarted by that, then you have a backup and maybe even a C plan. You can't be too... you can't just stick in your narrow lane, can you? You've got to be very... what's the word I'm wanting? Adapt.
Yeah, you've got to be very adaptive.
Adaptive, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to be flexible and adaptive.
Flexible and adaptive, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be too rigid.
Yeah, exactly. And, you're going to... If you're just trying to sort of reset things so you can do what you're planning the whole time, you're going to wind up wasting time moving tiles back and forth and not getting what you want.
Just have so many inefficient movements.
Yeah, exactly.
Inefficient turns.
Exactly. So it's sort of... And I think that, I mean, and if you're the kind of person who is good at spatial puzzles, you know, if you're the kind of person that wins every game of Patchwork they play, if Feast for Odin is your natural habitat, you know, or, you know, you're exceptional at Isle of Cats or Calico or any of these sorts of games, then you're going to have a natural aptitude for this. It absolutely relies on spatial awareness, being able to visualize these things, and this one more so than these others because of the way the board is, the global state of it, you know, to say, you know, it's a globe and all the edges touch, and the being able to visualize these patterns and where they're going to wind up is, yeah, absolutely something that draws on those elements.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, it's also very like it's also a game where players can absolutely influence each other's success. You know, I mentioned earlier about sort of targeted attacks. That, I mean, you know, you're not like, it's not like a dudes on a map game where you're marching an army to fight another person's army, but you can make moves that are very clearly going to disadvantage someone or advantage someone else. And so, you know, if you're quite good at visualizing these spatial puzzles, if you're quite good at being able to predict what other people are trying to do, or you think you can see what they're trying to do, then you will be able to sabotage them quite effectively, or potentially quite effectively. Again, that's where it's gonna, these upgrades are gonna come in, right? You know,
and also you just don't know what's gonna happen if you're playing with one of these automas.
Well, that was
so
going to be a point I was going to come up a bit later, because throughout this game, you and I were both looking for opportunities. I mean, me probably more so, but we're looking for opportunities to sabotage the automa and sort of stop them getting their points.
Running away with it.
And there really isn't a way to sabotage the automa. Like, they mess with you, but you can't really mess with them because their moves are abstracted to a level where they don't really care about what you're doing, which means that the automa is super fast to execute. There's very little downtime, and it's very easy to do. And I really love that. That's my preferred way of doing automa. I don't want to spend my mental energy trying to parse their turn. It just exhausts me, and I hate it.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I'm good enough trying to do my own turn. Thank you very much.
So this is absolutely, exactly, you know, this is absolutely my favorite kind of automa. And the one thing I think that lets it down a little bit is that it doesn't capture that sort of push and pull of a real player dynamic of you can sabotage someone else a bit, because you can't really come at the automa. You can't really affect their play or do anything to sabotage them, really.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I mean, I felt in this game it actually probably picked on us quite fairly. But
It
there is
did.
a possibility that its random meanness could affect one player a lot more than another, which would be a bit of a bummer. Obviously, it's different if you're playing solo, but I do think this feels like it could be a sort of a solo puzzle or a 3 or 4 player game, and I feel like the 2 players. I mean, having said that, like this was an enjoyable experience, this
Absolutely.
particular one, yeah. But I do feel like there is a chance it could become a little bit unequal.
Absolutely, but to be fair, you can totally change this up if you're wanting an automa that is not as aggressive.
Yes, that's true. So this was the level 3 automa, yeah, and you can ratchet it up to red, which is the aggressive automa, tier 4, or you could put it on one of the like easier or more friendly automas if you want it to sort of change the board state, but not necessarily impact the gameplay too much. Exactly, Bree is reminding us of this as well. Anxious we don't miss it out. Yeah, so absolutely, you know, so that really depends on what kind of game you want to play. But I mean, for me, I think my ideal player count for this would be 3 or 4. Like, I think I like the agential play, which is to say the interaction between the players, keeping an eye on each other's board state, looking at what abilities they're unlocking, how do we pick on the leader, how do I optimize my move so I get to do something really cool and ideally also pick on the leader.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I very much enjoy that, and I'd like the opportunity to do that in this game, and I think that would be most apparent in a 3-player, because in a 3-player with 3 people,
3 actual people, yes.
Yeah, because in this game really all I could do was pick on you, because I couldn't pick on the automa, really, you know.
Well, and exactly, but I also feel like you can only pick on someone to a certain extent, because you've also got to make sure that you don't forget about your own turn at the same time. You're trying to. You don't want to pick on someone else.
But that's what I'm talking about, the sort of the balance, right? Like, picking on someone else is largely a a sort of a side effect. But we have we in the practice game and in this game, or sorry, largely a secondary consideration.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the icing on the cake of your good move.
Yeah.
But we have found in both the practice game and this game that we just played that there have been some redundant actions that we could then only really utilize to bully someone.
Yes, absolutely. It's
and
like, I don't have anything efficient to do here. I know. What can I do? I can. How can I screw you over?
Exactly. And I think that's more. There's more capacity for that in the early game as well.
Yes.
And
when you're trying to churn the engine.
Yeah, when everything is when you're trying to get like your sort of your wisdom up and running, so you can get some upgrades.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I think I would definitely be keen to play this again at 3. It is a real oddity, this game. Like it feels quite different and it feels quite unique.
I think it would be not totally 100% different, but I do feel it would be interesting, like you say, to play with 3 or 4 actual humans, and 3 or 4 people that were quite gung-ho about not having any qualms about going for it as well, like being that little bit mean or just trying to fully optimize, because like you say, the dynamic and how it all moves I think would be totally different than having just been a bit reliant on this is a bit unknown, whereas the 4 people around the table can all judge the board and
yeah, but the most interesting is when they're trying to read the board state and they make mistakes, you know, and then they get into arguments about why are you picking on me. I mean, that's the most. That's
fun. The thing, exactly. Which you're not going to get as much, I suppose, with an automa, are you? Because you've got to follow what it is. But yeah, I think it would be very interesting, and I think it would be very interesting, as I say, the people that are like gung ho and like this kind of that don't mind having a bit of a ruthless attitude with it.
Yeah, a bit of picking on each other and
absolutely, bit of banter.
Exactly. But I think that I mean, one thing I noticed about the game we just played, and I feel like this is actually quite similar to the game I played of this previously, which is that these wisdom track upgrades here, like there's certainly for the first sort of half of the game not as much sort of diversity as I would like, that I would have thought. I think this gives you the impression that you're going to become very asymmetrical in terms of what happens quite quickly, but it doesn't actually feel that asymmetrical. I think it even though you went up on shift and I went up on move, and then we wound up doing quite different things as a result. Overall, we took quite similar moves around the middle here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like your capacity massively diversifies. Maybe that's a deliberate design choice because it ultimately is a race, and if someone could just break away or gain this kind of incredible power, then that would break the game. I don't know, but it just I don't think that the replayability or the interest in this game is going to come from like different strategies to explore on this board. It's going to come from the different experiences and players at the table, right? It's going to be about what the people bring to the game in terms of how they play and what they can see here in their skill levels.
Maybe, but I also think if you have a bigger board,
it might make more of an impact.
Yeah.
So there is the bigger board on the reverse of this. I'll show you guys the actual printed board so you can see it. And maybe you're right. That would be something to explore in future plays. So that's currently the small board out there, and then this is the big board here.
That's a lot bigger.
So it is a lot bigger there, and that could and there's a hot spot in the middle, churning out islands as well. So that could make a big difference.
And then if you've got a lot more of this churning and interaction and ability to build, you get these quicker, and you might diversify different strategies.
Yeah, maybe, but this felt like the right length.
It did.
This felt like a good length to me. I wasn't, even though we played the shortest, smallest version of the game. I wasn't sort of left feeling like, I mean, generally speaking, I think you want these things to end a turn too early rather than a turn too late.
Absolutely. You want to feel like you want to come back for more.
Well, precisely, and not that the game overstayed its welcome,
And that's what I think is a really good positive about it, actually. It never fell, even though we were playing this for 3 hours. It didn't feel like 3 hours.
No. it moves along at a great pace.
The pacing of it was actually very good.
Yeah, and I think even with a higher real player count, it would still move along fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 3 actions are great, and you're interested in what everyone's doing because they're moving tiles around the board and changing the state of the game board, and they might also be trying to pick on you, and then you want to try to persuade them to pick on someone else. So there's a lot of player interaction there as well,
and
potentially.
It's like, I know you can't fully organise your turns because there's some sort of uncertainty around how the board might move. But the fact that me and you, particularly me, like Difter even mentioned it, was like, what, Michael actually knows what he's doing on his turn? We don't sit here for hours. The fact that there wasn't that much downtime or that much sort of like AP, I think is a good credit to it as well.
Yeah, given how much scope there is for AP. And I do think that this is a very difficult game to sort of reverse or do backsies in, particularly because of the way you move these pieces back and forth. And we did it a few times where we moved a guy to do an action, then we're like, oh sorry, I'll do that guy instead. But generally speaking, like I think it's it's the kind of game that's really hard to go back on. So you do kind of have to just commit to it and hope that you haven't made too much of a blunder. So I think you need to be playing with people who like these kinds of player interactive games, who like, I mean, and you don't need a banterous table, like people that are table talky and are yelling at each other all the time. I like that kind of table, but not everyone's like that. I also don't mind people who are heads down and very cognitive and just announce what they're doing, and they're not interested in being swayed, and that's fine too. And this game could fit with both groups, is what I'm saying, or both kinds of groups, or a mixture. But I do think that one thing you do have to do is pretty much commit to the decisions you're making and be happy to live with your mistakes.
Because it's so much harder to track because there's of the way that where these go and what did I have last time, and
exactly. I think sort of reversing changes to the board state as well would be quite onerous.
Be way difficult.
Yeah, so I think you need people who are quite happy to make mistakes and live with them. But yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here for players like the kinds of games I've described. I think the one thing I would say about it is, like, in terms of replayability, I do think a lot of that's going to come from the table and from the players rather than from the game itself. There are, of course, the reverse of this and the reverse of this, but they're not going to massively change the feel of the game. They're just going to change the length of it, right? I mean, maybe the board will change the feel of it somewhat, but I think it's just going to be more to look at and more to keep your mind on. And there are 5 different potential setups, right, for each board side as well. So, of course, we played the subduction pattern, but there are 2 starter ones at the beginning of the rulebook, and then these 8, 4 for each board at the back. So you can get some replayability out of changing the setup.
Mixing it up there.
And mixing it up that way as well.
I wonder if there's going to be potentially more of these.
Yeah, I mean, Bree, if you're still watching in chat, do let us know if there's additional map setups anywhere, or if Brad has the intention to put any out. That would be interesting. Yeah, so I think the game is interesting and different enough that I'm quite keen to give it a few more plays, particularly with the kind of group we've described.
Yeah.
It does feel quite odd and unique.
Yeah. Would you be happy to take it to your club on a Wednesday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be a great fit for that. I think it's just about finding the right crowd. And Bree says she's going to ask when she sees him. So keep your eyes peeled. Maybe we'll have a comment pinned down below at some stage. Or if I talk about this again, we can let you guys know if there's going to be more deployments and things for this. But as we mentioned at the top of the show, this has currently just come out to retail. So you can't go... I'll tell you one thing, actually, and I don't know if maybe Bree can answer this. I don't know. But I know that the retail version doesn't have the dual layer boards. And that's a real shame, because these on a flat board is going to be a bit of a nuisance. Yeah. But, I don't think that you should let that put you off of what is otherwise a really intriguing game.
Yeah.
With, heavily caveated by what I said already in the review. But, yeah, like I said, I'm happy. I don't regret my time with it. Happy to play it again.
No. I like the feel. I like the design. I like the feel. I like the theme.
Well, we are playing with the deluxe chunky pieces too.
I know. I'm being spoiled.
We are being spoiled. That's true. But the retail version is largely, the same. The meeples, I think, don't have the screen printing. I'm not sure. These are cardboard. These are flat boards. I think that's pretty much it. I think there's the two little expansions, but we didn't use those, so you're not going to miss those. But otherwise, the rest is the same. You still get the cool volcano pieces, so...
Yeah. Do like the volcanoes as well.
These are standees, but we didn't use them because they're too big.
I also like the front cover. It reminds me of that
yeah, it's a lovely design, and that goes to show us the credit
that Pixar. Yeah, I think it's at the start of The Incredibles where there's that lava song. It's like
the song.
Yeah, it's called Lava. Someone to Lava. It's like a bit. It's a very Hawaiian themed. I'm doing this like I'm strumming a guitar.
It'd be a ukulele, sure.
A ukulele, yes. And it's really nice.
Reminds me of Moana. He says that's a lovely song.
Yeah, it's. I will show Mike. When we finish
after the show.
Yeah,
she can show it. Very much an earworm, I can imagine.
I know it, but yeah, it's a lovely theme. I really like it. And Moana is a very good shout as well.
So there you go. If you are the kind of person that loves spatial puzzles and you also love agential games where people are targeting each other and yelling at each other and you have to keep an eye on what everyone's doing, then this is, I think, an absolute home run for you. And if you don't like those things, then that's
don't do it. Don't
do it. So there you go. I think
play a nice co-op.
Play a nice co-op. And I think that's going to wrap up our review of Oros, guys. So I hope that's been helpful to you. And you didn't just skip right to the end and miss all of our thoughts, because there was quite a lot on this very unique little game. And we'll be back for another stream in the near future. But I'll get rid of Michael for another 4 years or however long it's been since you last came on.
Was it before Christmas? He's got much better people.
You were in. It's nothing to do with that. Well, I did put out our Runar video quite recently.
Yes, I think it was that. It was that before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do want to see more of Michael, you can go check out that Runar playthrough. We had a lot of fun, and it's well edited. And thank you so much, Bree, for coming and checking on us. And we'll see you soon. Bye. And also thanks to all the patrons in chat as well for supporting the show.
Nice to see you all. And hopefully it won't be long till I'm back. See you later, guys. Take care.
Good night.